Wonderful day. It has been a good day. Actually, very small, but we started off a little lower. The morning felt a little weird. Mag 7 was going down. Then you started to rotate into healthcare, banks, and then the staples. And we got a couple of updates, nothing too big. You heard some, what was it? I think it was Fed Muslim. We heard more tweets from Trump about, that's me. About firing Powell and lowering rates. Bitcoin did hit another high. And I think that was it. You got some updates from like Delta and people getting ready for earnings next week as well. So welcome to summer. It was a slow day, but at least today was up. You know, last couple of days were a little bit lower. So we'll see where it takes us. You just had a 30-year bond auction, which ended up coming in good. So that's always great. And no problems there. And now we get ready for Philo. So, Chatadonia, God bless you all. And I think you know why you're here. I hope you're here for the right reason. And you clicked on it. But I'll be right back. I'm going to go get the carbo. I already have a carbo. We'll just go. I need a pro, actually. Maybe a pro to start. And then a bathroom. And then it's game time. So, get ready. Get all of that. And before you know it, we will begin.
Could kind of check the box. Maybe check a box when it comes to China, although I'm not sure even what the remedy at this point is for the relationship and the supply chain dynamics that they face there.
Yeah, I mean, this is where I really agree with Gene, which is that, I mean, my God, to be the Apple CEO, a famously difficult position to fill. I mean, when Steve Jobs, before he came back in 1997, someone had said that Jesus Christ himself couldn't have saved Apple. I mean, that's the sort of, order of magnitude, a sort of degree of difficulty that this position entails. Today, you need to be a statesman. You need to be able to work with Donald Trump. You need to be able to work with New Delhi. You certainly need to be able to work with Xi Jinping. You also need the product visionary chops, and you need to know the logistical ins and outs. The idea that an outsider is coming to Apple is fanciful. There's no chance of that. Look, it's difficult to point to someone at Apple that has the clout and that is of age, 50 years old or so, to take on this position. But I would say if that, it's not a sort of failure of the journalist to figure out who the next person is. It's probably a failure of Cupertino to sort of have a clear succession answer to what that lineup should be. But
then you don't want to have the Chair Powell problem, Gene, where everyone said there's a shadow Fed chair now. We're going to listen to him and kind of it takes some. I remember when Tom Brady pushed out who was Jimmy Garoppolo, right? You don't want that person there that everybody knows is the heir apparent.
It's not going to happen at Apple because, in large part, because of what Steve Jobs did. I mean, he wrote the book when it comes to senior leadership transition, grooming Tim, and Tim was really important in terms of shifting from devices to services. And so I think that is a really important, I like what you said there, Patrick. I mean, that it's a fantasy, essentially, this concept that somebody's going to come from the outside. That's not going to happen. That's not how Tim Cook views. That's not what Steve Jobs would have wanted. And Steve Jobs really valued loyalty and really just consistency. And so it's going to be somebody internal. It's somebody that's working on right now. The clear favorite is John Ternus. He's kind of head of products essentially right now, and he's 50 years old. Tim Cook's 64, and so my sense is Cook's going to be around for 3 years. He's going to be able to get that kind of the framework in for how they're really going to capitalize on AI. He'll get that in place, and then probably hand it off to John.
Gina, it seems to me that Apple can still take some time to figure out what to do about AI. I mean, the technology is changing so quickly. It's unclear yet whether there's going to be a new device in its future, how exactly the consumer is going to interact with it and so forth. But I wonder, more to the point of what Patrick was reporting on and what's now in the crosshairs is, what about Apple's position in China? I mean, we had a guest who one time called them a hostage. Starbucks not accidentally is also looking for a buyer for its China business. I mean, would you describe what's happened with China as a strategic error by Cook or by Apple?
I just want to quickly talk about the time that they have, and I just want to quickly talk about they ultimately have more time than people think to figure out AI. People aren't going to give up their iPhone, their watch because of a cool AI feature. But your question in terms of China and what that means, This is the piece that is something that I think is probably most critical, most difficult, almost more difficult than the AI question. They're going to get that right. But when it comes to China manufacturing, I still, by my estimate, about 45% of their revenue still is made in China. And eventually they're going to have to diversify, and to do that at a price point that continues to be affordable to people. I think that's probably the biggest, still, with all the different levers and topics around Apple, I still think how they shift past China is one of the most important.
I completely agree. And Patrick, maybe you can give us a final thought there.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, look, AI is a massive issue, but the China problem that could blow up any day really is the even bigger problem. And there are frankly problems with it continuing, let alone it just stopping. Readers of the book will know that, Apple's contributed like a nation building like effort to China in terms of their manufacturing expertise, their supply chain expertise, and how much can be done there, to a point that has really harmed, I think, America and its allies. If Apple is going to do the things that it needs to do in terms of building resilience in the supply chain by having massive investments in places like India or Mexico, I'll leave that to Apple's board. The problem is that's going to be a 10, 15-year effort if that can happen at all. And I think having a CEO who built the current strategy, he's too tethered to the current strategy. Fundamentally, I think that's why you need somebody else in, someone like John Turnus, who's 50 years old, because if you're going to have a new 15-year strategy for the most important thing in the company, which is operations and logistics, because their product is so saturated, it needs to be someone that can carry through that plan. And Tim Cook, whatever his merits and however successful he's been, he's not that person. He's not going to be there in 15 years. Let's see who can be.
Is India the only real option, Patrick? And how realistic is that to shift a really substantial part of the supply chain, much more than what we've seen already, to that country?
It's difficult for so many reasons, because even if Apple can look back at the last 25 years and says, look what an impact we had on China, we can absolutely pull this off again. And this is what senior people often say. Who's going to build the 8-lane highways from the industrial clusters to the ports? Who's going to build the high-speed rail? In other words, there are massive problems with India's infrastructure that aren't going to be solved by Apple engineers tinkering with iPhones. So there needs to be a real sense within India, within provinces like Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, that we can be the next Shenzhen. And that calls for maybe not political revolution, but it calls for all sorts of dynamism and changes, frankly, to Indian culture. So many things are outside of the scope of Apple's control. And the more that they actually do this, the more that they face problems in China. The Beijing challenge would be one thing, but the Chinese, who love the iPhone, properly think of the iPhone as an indigenous product. The more that Apple becomes seen as the poster child of Western de-risking from China, the more that they put a $70 billion business there at risk.
It's well said, and yet you can't see how it would have evolved any other way when you really think about the scale of what they did with China to make this device happen in the first place. Gentlemen, thanks. Really appreciate it today. Gene Munster and Patrick McGee.
Thanks,
Just want to mention quickly, we had a 30-year bond auction. It's been a busy week for Treasury supply, and so far it's gone pretty well. Rick Santelli.
Thanks, Rick. Oh, I like Rick, but it's time. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Philo. So, I don't know how people get mad confused, bro. It don't matter what we change or not. Here's the deal, bro. The video say Philo. You clicked on it. I don't know how you got here, but somehow I know it says Philo. So that means we're going to talk about God and life and Jesus and whatever I want. Okay? Why? Because I like it. And a lot of other people like it. I'm not trying to force anything on you. Please understand that, okay? Because it's very simple. Like I said, I showed you guys even the numbers. You'll see. If you leave before, that's fine, bro. Why would I get mad at you? I'm telling you, the biggest trick in life is getting tricked into doing things and being in places that you don't truly enjoy. Okay? So don't waste your time. I'm not here at bare minimum, and I think today's Philo, there is something I wanted to share. And I hope it helps. And that's all I hope. I hope it helps. I hope there is a good path to follow. And I hope you stay far from the wayside. Again, you see it, bro. You show me you're legit, and it's one of the things of today. It's like, bro, I'd love to help, man. I like seeing it, and I like the results, and I know God is smiling at it. Okay? So that's what I want, man. I think, and I share with you what I've gone through, what I'm interested in, and at the end of the day, I mean, I've walked a lot of the paths many of you have. You know, a lot of us have very similar lives. I don't know if you realize that. And it's a cool thing. And that's why I'm like, listen, man, if I could give you what I can to help with that and get you out of some of the trouble, why not? And you know, it doesn't hurt. It actually does sometimes, but it doesn't cost anything to do that. And I think for all of you, just don't ever forget that, okay? So that's why we're here. And if you don't want to be here, don't be here. If you want to focus on stocks, I have the wire up. There's a lot of people in here, bro. This whole community, and having this standard, I think I'm glad that I was the guy to bring a lot of attention to certain things. And I'm even more grateful for the people that followed. There were some shitty people, but there's some really good ones. And that's why I'm saying, end of the day, bro, if I miss something, I think you're going to see it in the chat. You got some good people in here. We have a high standard. And, you know, at this point, you know, a lot of the people still remaining. There's not another motive. You know, they're here because they want to be. They're here because they have been. They're posting what it is because they want to. And it's not obfuscated by another motive. Did I say it right this time? But yeah, either way, if it's breaking, we'll get to it. If not, we're just going to ignore it. So, that being said, are you ready? This one. And I can't wait, bro, because I was just reading over my notes. And I was like, this one is random. SGD. That's going to be the cool part. Maybe when I see some of y'all. When I see some of y'all at the compound, I'll show you my phone. You'll be able to see what Philo looks like. I'll show you all my notes. And you'll see what I'm talking about. But here's the deal. This one is very random. There's a lot of things that kind of connects. And I just wrote some things down the other day, but there has been something on my heart lately that I want to share with you guys, and that I think is going to help some people. And you guys kind of got it out of me today, and I started going off on one of those rants, but I don't know. Let me explain this, and then just forgive me if I bounce around, okay? So here's the deal. Well, let me give you this quote. I'm going to just give you this one. It's going to throw you off. It's totally random. But this is a banger. This is a bar. When the mouse laughs at the cat, there's usually a hole nearby. Okay? When the mouse laughs at the cat, there's usually a hole nearby. I'll just let you interpret that however you want. Okay? But this is what I really wanted to talk about today. Hear me, Chad. You guys know that, like, do you understand that life is not some event where one thing goes wrong and you fail? I need all of you to understand this. Life is not a game of Squid Games. And I know it sounds kind of funny, but to truly, like I'm saying, I think this is going to help a lot of y'all, or some of you who are struggling with this. Because I've been there, bro. I remember what it was like going through life before I had a lot of what I have now. And I just remember, like, you know, you put yourself in this mind state where you're like, man, if this doesn't work, I'm fucked, right? This job, if I lose this job, if I don't get this, if this doesn't work out, and we're like, again, we're boiling trades down to it, to little things in life, and it's just like, dude, we are hyping ourselves up in a way where it's like, dude, Like, it's like we're viewing life and events so binary, and we're viewing it and we're literally saying, bro, this is the end of me. If I can't do this, I'm done. I'm done. If this is not gonna, if I fail at this, no, bro. That's Squid Game. You understand what I'm saying? Go watch Squid Game. This is not a Netflix sponsored post. But for real, this isn't a game where, like, dude, in Squid Game, you fail the game, yeah, you die. You lose, you're gone. One mistake, you're done. You know, the little jump rope, whatever, yeah, you're done. That makes sense. In Squid Game. But I need you to realistically look at your life. You have truly survived every opportunity and every moment that you thought would have been the end. You have survived. Now, that's the cliche that I know you have heard. But like I'm saying, very simple. Because I felt this when I was even thinking about it, bro. Just very simple. Your life isn't just one thing and fail. Okay? Promise you. One trade ain't gonna make or break you. One job, one boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever you think it is, dude. You know what I'm saying? And that pressure, like, you gotta realize what you're doing. The pressure is leading to grip. Remember, you're not letting go. You're gripping on tighter than ever before, actually. You're not even experiencing life. Remember C.S. Lewis, I told you guys, what's the point of a song? You know what I'm saying? You don't play a song just to get to the end. If that was the case, every song would be like this. The end. I made noises to get to the end. There's your concerto. Ta-da. You don't. It's the notes in order. It plays. It's an experience, just like life. There's no right or wrong note. It's how you play them in succession, in order. There's no such thing as a wrong or a right note. Different note at a different time, out of place, out of time, right? But no such thing as a wrong note. I love it, bro. Yeah. Well, y'all shout out Alan Watts, but he got that from the boy. You know he a G.K. Chesterton, C.S. Lewis homie too. So yeah, but yeah, that is. He said that and he got that from C.S. And C.S. got that from G.K. I love it. So I'm serious though. I'm not trying to bog this down in too much. You know that? And I hope you hear me, guys. Like, for real, just hear me, bro. I know I gave you the Philo. I ain't bombard you with the Bible yet. I ain't bombard you with my Savior, Jesus Christ, because I believe in him, and I love him, and I do think he's first, and he has saved my life, bro. You have no idea. But, like I'm saying, before I do that, I really just, like I'm telling, I don't care what you believe, big dog. Any of you. Young, old, but especially like the young guys. I do have a heart for you, especially, dog, you have more future than me. Oh, dude, I love it. And I think that needs to be protected. And you need to protect it. Because at the moment I start telling you I need to protect it, that's some Diddy shit, dog. Okay? So I hope I could encourage you all that are young to value your future. And don't let people prey on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. But that's why I was saying what I said earlier, where I'm like, bro, some of y'all can't play the same games. You can't play the games the rich kids play. You can't do this isn't your time to do that. You can't. And that's okay. I know life ain't fair, and I wish I could have done that, and I know, we're supposed to have. No, it's okay, bro. Trust me. But that's what I'm saying. You need to protect what you got, and you got something. All of you. But those young guys, oh my goodness. Like I'm telling you, it's just simple. Before anything, every single human on this earth, man, I don't care what you believe in or not. I do need you to understand life it's not a one event thing. Okay? It's not a one failure. You don't need to grip on to these events so tightly and rack your mind and emotions and put yourself through that. For real. I say that as so I don't want anything from you. Like I'm saying, before I get into my Jesus talk, hear me with this. Human to human, friend to friend, dog. It's not one thing and fail, ever. Can one event lead to a bad circumstance? It can. Can one thing lead to another? Truly, it can. I believe that. But it's never just like, damn, I'm done. Oh, I need to... Why do you think I keep reminding you? Have authority. Stand up. Let's go, bro. I get it, bro. I fail all the time. I really do. And you guys have to look and see what you have is real, and you have something special. You ain't make it this far to make it this far. God ain't do, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, dude, this idea of just one event and done. Oh, this isn't working. I'm gonna be in so much trouble. I'm gonna do this. I'll never get. No, that's not real. It's gonna be one event that leads to another, to another, to another, to another. And if you keep dropping the ball, then you're right. Yeah, then that will lead you down that. But you fail once, you fail twice, you fail 10 times. That's why it says you'll get back up again. Because you have to be able to say this and be like, you know what? Take accountability. Things could go wrong. You could do wrong. But you need to stop for a minute and realize, like, hey, man, one event isn't... I'm going to let go a little bit. The point I'm trying to say is let go. I've been saying it. I've been reminding you. But like I'm telling you, I see this a lot, and I've been there. It's just, I know that it's a weird feeling, bro. It feels like a fever dream. Because I remember the moment in my life vividly. I just remember where every one little event, bro, I was just interpreting it as make or break all the time. It's just, this is it. I'm so fucked. Oh yeah, this is, all I need to do is one thing. Again, it's a finish line. It's Walmart as well, too. Do you guys see that? So yeah, you guys called out Tesla, but I also noticed Walmart as well, and then Google going up, and then LIMN, that's a small cap. They popped and went crazy the other day. But yeah, Tesla, Walmart flush. Good call. That was a good one. And then Walmart is following in sympathy. But yeah, bro, like I'm saying, it's a fever dream. Because you like get in this zone, bro, and it's like a weird reality. And then when you snap out of it, you'll look back and you'll be like, "That why did I think like that?" But I'm just telling you, man, it's a weird thing. I don't know how it happens, why it happens. I think it is just gripping on too tight, you know? But like I'm telling you, it's just like, dude, it's not gonna be one event. That's just it's a myth. You know what I'm saying? It's a myth. This idea that one event is gonna kill you, no. It's a collection of events, a collection of good, a collection of bad. It's not just one. So at bare minimum, I hope this little talk could ease you up a little and take some pressure off. Not because I want you to have no pressure so you could raise the pressure up again and be in the same spot. No, so that you could think properly, think clearly, and go where you need to go and realize that you just breathe, dude. You know what I'm saying? You can take a breath. This isn't, put your legs down. You'll realize there's more standing room than drowning room. It's not what you thought it was. Right? If you don't handle it, you're in the middle of the ocean. Yeah, and I've been there. I get your worry doesn't come from nowhere. I think you subconsciously understand it, but at the end of it, it's never the one event, and that's why I'm saying just ease up so you can take the next step properly. That's all. Because if you already think you're dead, what good is there to live? If you already think it's one way, it's polluting and corrupting your next set of decisions, and those are the ones that matter. So I'm not telling you to be dumb. I'm not telling you to do anything except calm down a little bit. And why should you calm down? Because the objective truth is that one event isn't going to do anything. It can initiate something. Initiation. It will begin something. We keep talking about this farm and this compound, right? But think about it. Initiate. You met me. That was your initiated. Guess what? It doesn't matter how you met me or if you met me. 5 years later, what's going to determine your role in all this You see what I'm saying? It wasn't that one event of coming here. It wasn't just buying a membership. There was a lot of things. And this, imagine your life instead of a YouTube chat room now. Ta-da! Oh, Arizona. Tesla's reached out to the Arizona Department of Transport regarding certification of driverless taxis. So yeah, bro. I have a lot more to say today. But for everybody, I want all of you to get this. For real, it's a good thing. And like I said, bro, I want to help. And I think this is going to help all of you. Because it's helped me out a lot. You know? And I give my credit somewhere else. That's why I always say his name. Because of this. I'm telling you, bro, it's just different. You see it, bro. You guys, all the money I'm showing in front of you is real. I tell you guys stuff, the deals. You've watched me do bigger deals and all. It's real. Like, bro. So I'm living through all of this. And that's why I'm like, you don't think I have all these like, dude, the peace that I have is something else, bro. Because whatever happens, like I'm saying, I understand what I just shared with you. It's never one event, bro. Never one event. If that was the case, we all wouldn't be here. So just don't forget this, please. And I think it's like I'm saying, ease up. Just let go, calm down a little. The reality is, one thing is not Squid Games. You're not going to die from it. It's not going to set you back. You did not run out of time. You're not falling behind. You know what I'm saying, bro? So speak some hope into your life. Because I believe in it. It's true. This is true. Believe me, it's all true. That's why I'm saying I couldn't say it to you if it wasn't. And go from there. And see what life gives you back. And you'll see what I'm saying. But be at peace. That's what I pray peace, bro. I pray peace. And this is part of it. And it's a good lesson in life. Because again, beyond the peace and all of that, we're here for money. We're here for success. Let's be real about it. That's why. And we're good at it. And a lot of you guys have good opportunities. And this is just like the other day, bro. I know Bible. But let's ask the non-Bible guys who get it. There's some knowledge in there. There's some wisdom that's going to help you. And in this case right here, I think this is one where y'all just got to ease up and be good. Peace. It is both peace, but it's also practical. It is pragmatic, like we talked about. Put it into practice now. You see what I'm saying? Your real belief. What are you really scared of? Do you understand how things move? You know what I'm saying? Imagine. This is movement. Just like a stock. This is just like interpreting stock news. One headline can initiate, but it doesn't. You see what I'm saying? And there you have it. So, yeah. And I don't know, it relates. That's just the first easy part of it. And I'll give you one more non-biblical. And then after that, I'm going full biblical, dog, okay? Oh, man. I don't know if it was. I think it was Napoleon Hill. Or this may have been Alan Watts. I don't know. I think Napoleon. But here's the quote. And I see this. I think I've experienced it. Intense hope is a better stimulant than actual happiness. It sounds wild, bro. Intense hope is a better stimulant than actual happiness. Not just like happiness in general, but like the event. So like think of something that made you genuinely happy, right? Like your first big play, your house, your child being born, like you go down the list, right? You were happy, you had true joy, at the moment, whatever it was. But now compare that to whatever intense hope you've ever had, whether it materialized or not. That's what I was saying. It sounds kind of wild, but I'm like, I think I've experienced this. Because there is at times in my life, bro, where like straight up, dude, like the hope, you guys see I'm crazy. I mean, I know it's crazy because sometimes I'll see people say the same shit that I say, and I'll be like, oh, damn, they're crazy. So, I don't know, bro. But it's like, no, I mean, I get really hopeful at times. Not with stocks in a weird way, but, I don't know. The times I've intense, like even starting the cult. I remember when I just, with a couple of you guys, it was intense. It was an intense hope. I was looking for something, and I was like, whoa. I wasn't looking at first. You guys kind of found me, and then it was insane. But like, you got to think about this. Hope is a stimulant. So like, for real, a lot of y'all, you have tried a lot of drugs. Some of you don't do drugs, but you do performance enhancers. Right? You're like, you don't do drugs, but you got some Addy. You looking for the next fucking brain pill. Right? How much I could shotgun Red Bulls, dude, like nothing. It's disgusting. But have you tried intense hope? Think about it. I'm just saying, in general, I agree with the sentiment that the feeling of being really hopeful is comparable to actually getting it at times. But like, it's a stimulant. Do you understand that? Think about it. That's why I'm telling you, have you tried it? I don't care what you believe in, but this is how I got into every drug. You guys realize that? You don't realize it stimulated you, and somebody told me and I got curious. I'm like, let me try that stimulation. Huh. Intense hope. It is a stimulant. Believe it or not. Oh, it clapped me? Guess who's back? Back again. Long turns back. Tell a friend. Long turn back. Long turns back. Long turn back. Now. Alright, hold on. Yeah, just YouTube. But yeah, intense hope. It is a stimulant. So, I don't know, man. Like I was just saying, I had a lot of intense hope in the beginning. And I remember people always thinking I was on drugs, believe it or not. I think it kind of makes sense. I was on a drug. It was called intense hope. And my brother, that's why, do you see what I just said earlier? One event ain't gonna kill you, bro. And if intense hope is a stimulant, what is the opposite? Right? And I'm telling you, don't worry, bro. One thing don't make or break, dude. That's real. Hope. You want to try something, bro? You feel tired? You want the second wind? You're gonna need to start tapping into hope. Do you get what I'm saying? I know it's a spiritual word. May sound corny, but y'all just got a tool you're not using. I need you to learn hope and learn how to use it. You see what I'm saying? Hope is a driver, dude. Hope is the spark. You get what I'm saying? And you waking up every day looking for the fire in your life, and you have the fuel, but you don't have the hope. You're not spark it up, dog. Do you see it? But intense hope usually beats the happiness. So, I don't know, man. If the world has let you down, that's usually the conclusion, but I don't know. Then I'll just keep investing in hope. So that leads to the last one, but now I got to bring it back to the Bible. Because one of my favorite verses, I've always told you guys, one of my favorite parables is the scattering of the seeds. Love that one. But this one, does not matter how much you worry. It will not add 1 second to your life. So, if you go and hear Jesus throughout the Bible, this is what he says of this a lot. He says this a lot about worrying. But I don't know if you've realized it yet. It wasn't a suggestion. Do you get that? So this is from Philip Anthony. Shout out, is it 1819, baby? It just blew my mind. Bro, it wasn't a suggestion. The Son of Man didn't say, if you could do your best to not worry. He didn't say, try not to worry. He says, do not worry. Do you understand? That's a command. It is a commandment. So think about it. Bro, you are commanded not to worry. Does that change it for you? Because every time you worry, again, you're putting your faith in something else. Especially if it doesn't produce a real life result. That's the irony of worrying. You know, there's a lot of paradoxes. I'll give you one after this. Kind of similar. But yeah, what if it's a command? And think about it. Because how many people, bro, even in here, every church, you name it, bro, everybody's like, oh, I gotta stop drinking. I gotta stop smoking. I gotta stop cussing. Oh, I gotta stop. I gotta stop adultery, sex. Oh, my language. I gotta, all these things, right? To correct all these ways we're not living right against the commandments. Yeah. What about do not worry? How are you with the sin of worrying? Have you thought about that? That in the same way, all of these things take you from your purpose, all the way these things, you get what I'm saying? Worry is also a command. Do not worry. So what? Why don't we talk? No, you don't talk about that every day. You know how many of you tell me I'm smoking. I just stop. How do I stop? Hey, what do you think about smoke? How about worrying? My brother, I bet you we could stop the smoking if we could stop the worrying. No? You think I'm not, bro, life is complex. It's more than one thing, but like, dude, you're commanded not to worry. And we don't view it as Like, you see what I'm saying? Where we view it like it is natural, but we view it like we just, oh, well, I worry. You know, sometimes you no. You're commanded not to. That's literally your command. Do not worry. Do not worry. Do not worry. So every time you worry, you're smoking a joint of worry. You're banging a joint, whatever of worry. Like, whatever you're struggling with, my brother, just don't forget about worry. And I would encourage you to not worry first and then deal with whatever else. Because that sounds to me you're probably worrying about the sin that you, So yeah, bro. Do not worry. That is a command. That is a command. And I've never looked at it that way. I did. My whole life I viewed it. I love that verse. I love the don't worry, it doesn't add. And I've always, you know what I'm saying? I've always viewed it as a suggestion. I always viewed it as a good advice. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, great advice, Jesus. Yes, oh, dope, banger, write that down. Yeah, thank God they did. Oh, yeah, that's great, Jesus, that's a good one. Yeah, do not worry. Okay, I'll try to remember that. No, do not worry. You are commanded. You want to be in the kingdom, the army, that's your first command. Do not worry. It's literally a command. It's a very big difference. And if you want to, in the same way, this is what I'm trying to say too. Because at the end of it, I hope that you treat your worrying the same way you would treat any of the other things in your life that you think are holding you back, or that are affecting you, or that you're not controlling properly. See what I'm saying? I hope worry, you're also asking yourself and telling yourself, well, you know, I did worry. I got to stop that. I can't. Again, like I'm telling you, bro, it's not just one event. Stop worrying. Stop letting worry come into all of our decisions. You're commanded not to worry. So, I hope you feel me. You know, you are on an assignment, all of you. You did not land on this earth for no reason, especially at this time, dude. You know, what a time frame. But very simple, man. You're not here to drift. You see what I'm saying? Like, worrying drifts. You're worrying, just drift. No, just take control of everything. Your thoughts, your mind, your worry. Just do as you're commanded. And you see what I'm saying, bro? You're on all of you. You're men and women on an assignment. Don't ever forget that. You get what I'm saying? Feed that. Let that feed your hope. Because when you don't have the hope, you drift, bro. Let's be real. Fintech Cardless advanced talks to take over card issuer. Wells Fargo ending partnership with Built. It's about 30 seconds a minute ago. Coming out now. Built. You guys know them? I don't know if they're public. And then Fintech Cardless advanced talks with Built to take over. Fintech Cardless? Is that public? Yeah, it's coming out now, exclusive. I don't know about this one, though. Fintech Cardless. I don't know if that's a company. Yeah, I think it's just cardless.com. This shit looks ghetto. They work with Alibaba. That's their biggest client. Interesting. Oh yeah, they're rat. That's why I was like, I've heard that. I know exactly what. I've seen it. All right, well, that came out right now, but no real reaction. Yeah, bro. You drift with worry. So please don't. Don't worry. Not please, you're commanded not to worry. Woo! So, I'll give you, I'll finish it with this. I'll save one of them for tomorrow. But this was another thing I heard. And it'll relate to the next one a little bit. Relates even to the worry too, but also it was kind of one of the talks I had earlier. And I hope you all get it. Shout out GK Chesterton. The man is always worth saving. Okay? Now, it's funny because when you do agree with, many people, because again, I've dealt with some pretty terrible people. And every time I say that, somebody who's done very terrible, they're like, see, you have to forgive me now. I do forgive you. I will never deal with you again, though. Does that make sense? I will deal with you in the sense of when you're ready to get out. But until then, it will be from afar. I can't do it personally. I can only give you the principles. Sorry. But I would talk to my father instead. So here's the deal. I heard this and it blew my mind. You know the story of Zacchaeus? Zacchaeus was a wee little man was he. He climbed up on the sycamore tree. Sound familiar? The lender? So, he had an interesting story, and I'm not going to talk about him, but there's in that story, before Jesus gets betrayed down the line by Judas, Judas is the guy who betrayed Jesus. Jesus calls Judas over as he's with Zacchaeus during that, and he says, Judas. He calls Judas friend. That's very fast. Is that SPY 52-week high? Yeah, new all-time high. Shit. Yeah. 6286. Bro, you're about to do 6,300. But yeah. So in that story, Jesus calls Judas over and says, friend, come over here. Friend. He calls Judas friend. Dude, that's really weird. He knew what Judas was going to do. So why would he call him a friend? You see, this shows you the Father. You may not be a friend to him, but he will always be a friend to you. And if you don't know what that means, he always offers a way out. That's what he means by a friend. Do you get it? He will always offer you a way out if you really want it. And my brother, I feel like I agree with that. That's how I believe with anybody. Bro, I'll be for anybody. Do you want to get it? Do you want a way out? Do you see what I was saying earlier? And I'm like, bro, some people, they're not here for a way out. And some people want to live a certain way. And like, hey, man, whether you're mean to me or not, listen, bro, the moment y'all are ready to get out, I'll be here. That's the one. Really, you want to get out the drug game. You want to get out of this game, that game. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Jesus, bro. It's been the same thing this whole time, bro. That's how he is. He said, you may not go. Hate him all you want. But the moment you're saying, you get on your knees and cry and you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want out. Get me out of this. Get me away from that. He's there. Again, the moment, go gamble your money, do whatever you want, go talk shit about me on the internet. The moment you hit your bottom or whatever and you're like, I really need to, I want wealth. I want it the right way. I'm done with okay, enough of, I don't care what you believe, Josh. To get me the long term. You see what I'm saying? You want a way out, I'll be here. Again, and that doesn't mean we're going to be friends and buddy like that. A friend means they'll give you a way out. And I will, even if I don't like you. Because that's what the Father does. That's what the Father will always be. But it's a genuine exit. You have to want a genuine exit. If you don't want a genuine exit, I mean, you're going to have friends of the world. But you want a genuine exit from the wayside to the right path, you will always have a friend. Even if you don't like them. So think about that. All right? Because your Father, that's why you keep fighting him. But the moment, it's not going to happen a day down the line. Just don't forget this. He called Judas a friend because he was. He knew Judas was going to betray him. He said, friend, come here. Because he will always be your friend. And what that means is a way out. That's why, you see what I said, bro? There's some people, you see why they don't care if they're friends with us here. They don't care if they hurt. They don't care if they rob, steal, sell, anything. You know why? They already have a way out. They don't care. They're not looking they're in something and they don't want to get out and they don't need a way out. You see what I'm saying? We need to be here for those who need a way out. Stop fucking around. Don't play with me. That's what it is. That's the answer. That's why all of y'all grow up, but when you're ready, that's what I'm saying, we'll be here. But what does ready mean? When you're ready to get a way out. No, enough. You see what I'm saying? Not I want to try it and then go back. Oh, I want to try. I want to do a little bit of the smart shit and then a little bit of the dumb shit at the same. No, a way out. You see what I'm saying? A way out. Go. I don't want to deal drugs. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be a stripper. I don't want to live with my parents. I don't want to stay like this. I don't want to be around friends that aren't really my friends. You want a way out? That's what a brother is born in the time of need. Go look at all the references, a friend, family in the Bible, a way out. That's why he called Judas his friend. Whether Judas saw it or not, he was always a friend. He said, I'm the way out, bro. I'll give it, don't worry. You could shit on it, you could piss on it, do whatever you want, bro, but the way out is still, the exit's the exit, dude. And you want a way out? I'll give you a way out. That's what a real friend will always do. Yes or no? Who are the real friends you're going to call when you're in trouble? The ones who are going to get you out of it. No, that's why people say get real friends, because if you don't and you call people and you need to get out of trouble, they're not going to be there. So yeah, telling you, financially, spiritually, whatever, bro. Whenever you're ready to get out fully, not get out to go back in, but to get out, you want to escape on that. We're here, and before we're here, big man upstairs is waiting. Arquite's Zillow news. They were down earlier, so now it's going up. Just introduced no tax on home sales act to eliminate the federal capital gains tax on home sales. That's huge. So the big companies are putting a bill and they're going to now lobby no tax. I think Bill Pulte said something earlier on that, though. Hold on. That might be old. But if it is new, that's dope. Because I feel like Pulte was talking about this. It would make prices go up. That's the sad part. Because then now all the rich people are going to buy it's not even real estate, it's just an asset holding. Now with no capital gains. I think it should only qualify if you make under 400K. Or if you only have one house. Let's be real. That's how, otherwise it's going to benefit rich people like me. But it should only apply if you own one house or maybe two. I don't think it should apply if you own more. Because think about it. Because like if you own one or own two, that means you're new in the game or inherited it. You shouldn't get taxed on the profit. I love that. I would love for you to have more money in your pocket. Anything above that, I'm going to use it as a write-off. So, just telling you, bro. Just telling you. Like, yeah, that would benefit BlackRock more if there's no cap. It should be capped for like workers, W-2, 1 or 2 properties max. Interesting. Well, yeah. Well, here, let me finish it with this, man. And I hope y'all know your friends, and I will be your friend. Even if you don't like me and I don't like you, man, I will still always offer a way out. We have to. And because that's what my father gave me, and that's what he said. So, yeah. And I think don't ever forget that, okay? And that's why, too, you got to be real about your exit, too. Because a lot of people want to get out just to get back in. And if that's the case, you got a little bit more growing to do. You got to really realize and figure out what you want. So, hope you feel me. I'll end the last thing with some psychology, okay? Here is the psychology. Have you guys ever heard of the empty boat? It's not David Goggins. Have you ever heard of the empty boat effect? It's this idea, like let's say you're on the river, right? On the lake, and it's kind of like foggy. And then you see another boat coming towards you. And this boat is coming towards you, and then you're yelling at it. You're like, move, move, you're in my way. You're going to crash us. Move. What are you doing? Move. So what starts to happen? The boat keeps coming your way. It's not listening to you. And then what do? You start getting mad and angry. You're like, what is this guy doing? Why is he doing this? What are you doing? But then the boat gets closer, and then you realize that there's nobody in the boat. It's an empty boat. What's going to happen to your anger? So you're getting mad, this boat's not moving, it's not listening. Then it comes closer, you realize it's empty. What happens to your anger? So, what psychology says is that your anger goes away. Isn't that funny? All of a sudden, you're no longer angry. Why not? Because there is nobody to direct your anger at. Isn't that funny? So as humans, we interpret it. We're like, that person's trying to hurt us. That person's trying to do this. You have so many reasons because you think it was a person. You think it was malicious. Who knows what it was? But you're directing these ideas at another person. So the moment you can't direct it at another person, whoop, you don't have anger. Isn't that phenomenal? So, I will let you sit on that one. And I will let you apply that to your life, however you please. But above all else, you have a friend, Chad. Okay? And I hope you use it when you need to. And above all else, don't worry. Okay? One event in life is not going to make or break you. And I think you're going to unlock a lot more once you realize that. So because the beast is going to awaken in you. When you stop acting and stop living in this false fear that if I don't do this, it's over. I'm behind. I'm late. No, just stop worrying. Let the magic happen, baby. So, Chadadonia, I'll have a good one for you tomorrow too. But I love you all. You are commanded not to worry. And yeah, I'll leave the rest to you for however you decide. But take that one to the bank. That is your philosophy, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys are subscribed. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. YouTube.com/The Stock Market. Woo! We did it, Joe. We did it. So not bad. Not bad at all. Alright. Where Uncle? Hey, yo, Uncle. I know there was a Philo pump. Ethereum and coin too still.
Turn this shit up. That's a us, that's a damn, that's a smile, that's a friend. We ain't done, that's it off. We been here, we been down. Now we up, look around, don't look down. If it down, if it's let's go, baby, yeah. Lots of ups, lots of downs, lots of smiles, lots of friends. We ain't done, that's it off. We been here, we been down. Now we up, look around, don't look down. If it down, if it's yours, then it's yours. If your chin, where your crown. Lots of ups, lots of downs, lots of smiles, lots of friends. We ain't done, that's it off. We been here, we been down. Now we up, look around, don't look down. If it down, if it's yours, then it's yours. If your chin, where your crown. Ay, glad you made it, not everybody can say the same. Of course I'm changing, refuse to settle, remain the same. Started small, good decisions, the mission every day. Got lots of scripture, the wisdom apply to modern day. The difference between a vision and failing, feeling shame is going hard when don't get it and always keep it faith. Ain't gotta see it, believing it's how we made a way. I know they heated they peace even out in solid state. Up before the city cause I got a dream. I know they love to chop but they won't talk to me. I know I love a bargain but that talk is cheap. Everybody knows the price but not the value. Lots of ups, lots of downs, lots of smiles, lots of friends. We ain't done, that's it off. We been here, we been down. Now we up, look around, don't look down. If it down, if it's yours, then it's yours. Lift your chin, where your crown. Lots of ups, lots of downs, lots of smiles, lots of friends. We ain't done, that's it off. We been here, we been down. Now we up, look around, don't look down. If it down, if it's yours, then it's yours. Lift your chin, where your crown. Aye. I ain't talking murder, unless we talking killing beasts. Always bad at bargain, but think talk too cheap. Got some problems, I can solve them, you should talk to me. Trying to move some mountains, that's a job for me. I do what I want, there's no apologies. I show them what I want, I know they watching me. I'm always on these stacks, it's just a part of me. I was self-taught, nothing passed on to me. Lived this life before, yeah, I was born ready. Told the Lord need more, the world not heavy. Just know when you call, you make me more busy. My job do it all, yours is ride with me. Yeah, I'm on that, I'm all that. You saw that, I called that. Them contracts, I bought that. It sound like the same shit I'm talking. But the difference is, if you really listening, it's music from a different lens. It's music with a vision, then we gon' make a difference then. I just need a couple, man, we gon' change the government. I just need a couple pins, get them checks, but keep a balance, something like the government. Don't need respect, I got my talents, it don't even matter if you fuck with it. Hey, it's like, it's that new way. Throw that done shit away, get your funds up today. Put that blunt down today, put on your Mo Bamba face. Get them goals on the page, don't support, go away. It's a court and we great.
Long term. I'm back. Those were short though, so
It's a cult, baby.
we get one more. I just took a piss.
Long term, short term, welcome to the war. Love with the game, I just want a little more. Haters ain't new, I just got a little bored. Stepping in the pace, I be speaking with the sword. Tell me what's the story.
Damn.
China on the store.
Citadel has acquired Morgan Stanley's option market making
in the corner.
business.
Everybody got a long term, looking for some more. Big bank, I'ma pull up in the Civic. Rollie is a numerals, the Casio and digits. If you never make a move, then you'll never have a critic. Why you think I got these grown men acting like some bitches? $100 move, 10-cent finish. Tell me not to mock it, but you don't know your limit. Both of us could lose, but one of us is winning. All of us alive, so tell me how you living. Blessed. I already know it though, don't care about your whip. I got a crib in my portfolio. You should be yourself, stop back at cornholio. Fluid in the well, but the pocket's so colloquial. Crypto in the wallet, but we bought it 10 years ago. Put it in the videos, put it in the lyrics, bro. Funny how it's cynical, fuss, still didn't hear it though. Forgive me for the language, I'm still working on the spiritual. Mr. Professional, talk about the revenue. Hard to ride the wave when you riding on my genitals. Talking about my plays, but they hear like an edible. I'm used to little humans telling me what's not attainable. That's some whole shit, trying to tightrope shit. Friend and the enemy, you think we don't know this? Funny how my foes never had the same focus. Forgive them for their sins, I ain't talking about the smokers. I'm back to the mission, lot of holding, lot of sitting. Act like you can't change your mind before you go and make decisions. You don't even need precision, cause you at it while you stack it, while you average your way in it. Who the villain? Money tree, you gonna kill it, cause you keep on fucking with it. Trying to learn the art of chilling. It don't matter your religion, what you have or what you didn't. Cause the future you gon' ask the current you, but why you didn't? Sick with it, boy, I'm talking big business. I don't need no 3 wishes, just a G-O-D vision. I be C-O-D with it. Cindy, I keep flipping. No, I'm all about a dollar, but I'm all about a mission. Who we kidding? God is always in it. Ain't no way to spin it. If it's yours, you gonna get it. You could build it in a year, but you could lose it in a second. You could use the tongue for life, or you could use it as a weapon.
I already know I don't care about your whip. I got a crib in my portfolio. Man, honestly, bro, all the new guys, and y'all were like, what do I do? Y'all should listen. I think if you go on Spotify, go search Uncle Answers, and just listen to all of them. It's not going to teach you everything, but I think you'll walk away with a couple of bullet points. I think you could still, because there was a little bit in there, because he said some stuff I didn't even say, and I was like, oh yeah, act as if you can't change your mind for 10 years. That's a big one. It really is. It seems so subtle, but is that right there? Because you should think before you buy. And you can't change your mind for 10 years unless you're buying a house. So that's it. That's it, baby. That's not even changing your mind because you're making up your mind to buy the house. So this is just getting to the goal. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know. Give it a full listen, bro. That's it. Be careful. You might come back a Republican. So that's the only worry. Or a conspiracist theorist. But that's all manageable if you got a long term. Because if you only take the politics and the conspiracy and you say fuck the long term, you're fucked. So, you know what I'm saying? So we're looking out for you still. Picking up floor. Let's go, baby. Let's go. That's it. I mean, I don't know. Let's see what we get at the compound. Maybe we just have a bunch of people who could do some work. Why don't we make a contracting company? LT would love that, but he has his contractors. We should at least get one house for like 5 or 10 chads who could build anything. And I could just we could just contract out flips all day, bro. Are you kidding me? I know, yeah, we're gonna need what's it called? Swiss coffee. I'm gonna need Swiss coffee paint. I already know the kind of paint I need. Swiss coffee. Robin Hood popping. There's a lot. Listen, there's a ton of potential. And if you guys don't help me live up to it, then you're gonna just be stuck with a bunch of farm pig videos with Josh. Okay? So that's it. So if that's all you want to see, don't help me. Okay, but if you want to see more than just Josh on a farm doing donuts with a pig, then I'm extending the invitation to some of you. That's it. Because some people don't think that's a good idea. They don't like the pigs. I love the pigs. I look forward to it. Core Weave, Dumping, and Palo Alto. And then today, man, it's straight up just like it. We had 2 days bad, 2 days good. Or 2 days, yeah, and then 1 day neutral. So beautiful. So beautiful. All right. Well, Chad, if you have any off topics, now is the moment. Trying to figure out your talent. I don't know what it. Read, let me see. Yeah, Romans. Go read Romans 12. Okay? And let that help you. Pen is popping. 2% now. You might trigger. I saw DraftKings earlier, but nothing. I think Flutter went down. Yeah, Flutter's tweaking. So both of these, they might be doing it. Yeah, but Pen is breaking out, and then Flutter did a buyout thing and then stopped. Flutter, the group behind Patty, is in advanced talks to buy a 5% stake of FanDuel. Yep. Yeah, as I say, they did the pop and lock like they're the buyer. So yeah, DraftKings, or not DraftKings, excuse me. Pen and Flutter. Flutter buying a 5% stake in Pen. I don't know. I might play it. It's still early, and then now it's at 4%. So again, like I've been telling you, some of these headlines, it'll just be like delayed. This one is actually like actual info. They're buying 5%, but then the problem is just like yesterday, just nothing would trigger, and if it was fake. But that one's triggered now, 5%. You have 3 and 5, and you have the headline. And you got it early. So, good work. There's actually 1 pennies on there. No fucking way. Alright. I got a penny. Is that real? What am I missing? They're not in a buyout, are they? Yeah. That's really weird. They have penny options and they're not moving. So, I mean, shit. But they're too cheap, honestly. The options are so cheap, I feel like I don't know something. Yeah, I don't know. I might be missing something. That's too good of a deal. You see what I'm saying? That's I don't know. I mean, I grabbed the small one, but it's $10. But yeah, that's weird. That's too cheap for 10 cents out of 10%, 20% out the money. Still a lot, but yeah, that's really weird. They're 1 cent. when I saw that on the high ticker, it wasn't a sympathy. Remember, they've been going up since the China Macau numbers. But yeah, that's so weird. Okay, now a couple more disappeared. So now some of you started buying them, or maybe they figured it out. But that was odd. I don't know what I'm missing. Because for a minute there, bro, only a couple dollars out was just 1 penny for like a week of time. And it's 10% out the money. But on like, I guess, when was the last time Penn went crazy? It just may not be a hype stock anymore. Well, it's at 4%. We'll see. All right, filled me. I got 300%. So I got my $10 back. So the first ding, $10 went out. The second ding, $15 came back in. And now I got $5 and I got some contracts. But I still think that one was weird. That one is still very weird. Romans 12. Well, I hope you read it. And when it gets, there's a part in there. It says, whatever you do, and you'll do it well. But I remember I read that in college, and that it opened my eyes to things early. You've never seen... That was just... I've never... Like, usually on a news drop, outside buyer, you name it, bro. But, like, 1 penny is not... That was odd. I should have bought 1,000 of them. But at the end of the day, I'm happy. That was cool. You documented it in real time. But yeah, that doesn't happen too often. That was really weird. Maybe we'll see that in summer. The Fisker, aren't they bankrupt? Aren't they like giving those away? They look cool. They look like little Range Rovers. They look like little Range Rover Evokes. 6,300, or we hit 62.99 and then hit 6,300 middle of next week for no damn reason. How does that sound? Which one sounds more realistic? The fact that all of a sudden we go right to 6,300 and we break it, or 62.99 till next week for 3 days. You tell me. Yeah, this is off topic. I'd rather answer that than the guy asking me about Pfizer in the long term when it's all on youtube.com/thestockmarket. Hit the post tab or go to my Twitter, even though I'm making fun of that question. I just answered it, so if he's really listening, I gave him his answer. But what do you got for me? I'm down. It's good. I just hit a play, bro. What are you saying? I hope all of you hit that. What the fuck? Got that so fucking early. So shout out to Ignas, baby. And amen. And then I told you 1 penny options, all of them went up 400% now. At least 100%. So every single 1 penny option no longer exists on that chain. Ta-da! I was just telling you how I'm either so wrong on this one, or that one was oddly cheap for a minute. Yeah, that was really weird, bro. So again, I kept it small. I put $10, got 15, and now I have like what? Another like $20 worth of contracts. That was weird, bro. That was very, very weird. But I took it because the headline, it had everything, so. But I didn't think it would even fill that. And then it did, and then it stayed there for like 5 minutes. Or you had like 2.5 minutes, I think. Where I had time to type out a stream alert and send it to everybody. So even everybody on the stream alert saw the 1 cent ones. That was just there, bro. It was weird. Now look at the chain. Now the chain's back to what you're used to looking on a play that gets news and goes up 5%. Yeah, bro, that was really weird. I think they had something wasn't turned on. Because I was turned on. I got it before. But they didn't. I was like, it was so incorrect that I thought I was incorrect. Because like, bro, 10% out the money for 1 cent? That seemed very odd. Considering the stock was up 5 and you had like info. So I don't know, bro. I'm happy with it, but yeah, and I think all of you got an opportunity there. As subtle as that was, you know, shout out post Philo, baby. Yeah, they're still buying. I know now the chain is normalizing, but that's why I'm baffled. We should have bought 1 million of them. We should have. That's it. I was turned on, pause. So do you not notice that I've said that in many other sus statements? But genuinely, I'm not sus. It's only gay if you're gay. And I'm answering real questions and making people real money. And notice in a room of... Holy fuck. Why is there 4,000 of you? Are you fuckers? Come back after Philo. I am about to start charging for Philo, you little assholes. But yeah, do you notice you're the only one who said pause? Do you know? No. You're laughing a lot now. I'm laughing too because I know what's about to happen. Like the Bible tells you, you know? So, but do you notice something? Do you notice everyone I got people telling me about mispriced options, news. Oh, no. Do you notice? Do you notice something? You're the only... So do you want to come out of the closet about something or are you immature? It's one or the other. It's one or the other right now. So I don't want to put you on the spot, so I'll just do what I need to do, and I hope you learn from it. You see? You got to get it where you fit in, bro. So the good part is that YouTube forced me to be nicer, because if I ban you, you guys can't come back. So yeah, that's it though. I will time you out, but you need to learn from this, because once I will eventually ban you, but once we really can't go back from bans anymore. So make your mind up. I think that's how they're gonna fix it. That's how they're fixing the reporting shit, is that now when you like ban people, they really can't come back. Because I think there was a loophole where people were getting, banned, make the accounts, and then they could make 1,000 accounts and then report it. You know what I'm saying? So, unfortunately, yeah, be careful. Forgive it. But yeah, other than that, that was crazy. They're still up, so you can sell the rest if you want. It's at 400% on the bid. The other one's got a 1 cent bid. That's all the Chad's not getting filled anymore. But yeah, I can't. That was a trip. One of the only channel that forgives and unbans. Well, just like moments like this, man. I don't really get mad on the internet. I grew up playing Halo and COD. Like, it's weird when people bring it to like real life, and I have stalkers and shit, but I also have guns and money, so I don't care, and God above all, so fuck y'all. But at the end of the day, yeah, it's not that serious, but people take it serious, and then dude, that was crazy. And I'm giving you a real conversation. I'm talking about like the actual market maker algorithms being turned on, and you want to make a gay joke. I mean, come on. Coming from the Jesus nut who doesn't focus on stocks, that's kind of ironic. That the one topic that y'all want to learn about what we know here, you clown on it. That's crazy. So yeah, but it wasn't everybody, just a few people. That's why I've made these changes, because as you see, once we clear out all of that, I think everybody else knows the vibe. So, amen, bro. Amen. Well, yeah, there's a 99% chance you'll take your ban more seriously than I do. But I just don't like noise and everything else. Always down to give people a shot. But then again, too, if you're not really looking for an exit, I don't think I'm a good friend to have. So, you know, we'll figure it out. But yeah, they are changing it though. You know what I'm saying? Like now when I ban people, I just can't unban them. So yeah, I've resorted to timing out, but you know, I have banned someone the other day because I kept having to time them out. So I guess that's how it should be. Well, there's 4,000, but that's a joke. Because y'all literally leave at the name of Jesus Christ and then the news. But then again, at least you weren't. I am thankful. It's bittersweet. Does that make sense? Because I'm really glad you guys don't put yourself in places that you don't want to be in. But it's wild. That is like mosquito repellent. You know what I'm saying? I just spray some Philo water and you get 1 hour like protection and then it'll go away and then they come back. It's pretty cool. My favorite handgun. Wow. The Austrians, of course. Philo, no, man. You know how many times I read my Bible outside and the next day I was covered in mosquito bites? So I know that was an analogy joke, but I don't want to. No, man. I hate mosquitoes in real life. You don't have any? We go to the range? Oh, no way. Why don't... I mean, it's expensive to go to the range, bro. That's it. I used to like going to the range, and I'm like, damn, I'm gonna just save the bullets. Your last... I didn't see it. No, what was... Do we have any more farm ideas? If you keep it long enough, you could turn it into the Senior Citizen Center. Oh my gosh, bro. I like your ideas, but that one may be doable, but that one made me sad. That made me more sad than the cemetery. Because I'm like, what do you mean, bro? Actually, freaking... We gotta move Philo to 9. I'm just too tired. I gotta take a nap at 10. Yeah. Ranch nursing home? Long-term nursing? Oh, I don't know, man. Well, for now, we're going to start with a fun event center. And we'll see where it leads us. You know? That's it. A Chad flagpole? We don't have a flag. I only have the American flag, brother. So I'm down with that. Trading fraternity hot. Dude, this is terrible, man. Yeah, that makes me sad. No. I guess we're all just old stock. We're gonna be obnoxious when we're 80. You know? Yeah, fucking AI, fuck AI. I remember I was there for NVIDIA. Where is Jensen? Jensen? Yeah, Jensen will be dead. I think. Because, like, you guys know I don't believe these fools. I saw someone tweet it the other day. They were like, if you are under the age of 30, you are going to live forever. I'm like, no, motherfucker. You know, lazy people been saying that forever. So, no, I don't believe it yet. most famous farm does a pumpkin patch with a zombie corn maze to shoot zombies with paint. That sounds dangerous and fun. I like that. Yeah, Jensen is gonna code himself as every avatar for everything. Binance is gonna run out of Bitcoin. Well, you guys know there's like, it's a weird stat, but I'm pretty sure more Bitcoin gets traded than is on exchanges already, or something like that. Or something's getting close there. I remember I saw that the other day. But like, and then do you guys, you know what everybody is ignored? Do you guys realize that BlackRock is the one who's buying more than Sailor? Everybody is like, Sailor, Sailor, Sailor. Dude, BlackRock has bought more. Dude, the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF got as much money in inflows as the gold ETF did in 15 years. They did that in like 6 months. You know that, right? No, it's not like, because a lot of people, it's BlackRock. Just like real estate. They're buying a fuck ton of Bitcoin through the ETF. And I don't think people get it. I barely just wrapped my head around it when I saw those numbers. Because I'm like, what the fuck? Because nobody says it, just like the real estate, until they start saying it. But yeah, like they're responsible for a huge bid, bro. What is it? iBit, right? Is it iBit? Or is it the other one? No, which one's the BlackRock one? It's not HODL, is it? Whichever one's the BlackRock one, that is that's the one. It's a ridiculous amount. They own the BlackRock ETF owns more Bitcoin than Michael Saylor. You know that, right? Is it iBit? Yeah. Fed Dolly 2 cuts likely outcome. So yeah, that's crazy. So imagine the like random treasury people buyers, but at the end of the day, BlackRock is a gigantic bid on Bitcoin. So especially if you're bringing up the on exchange or not available supply to purchase or whatever, but it's just like BlackRock's the one buying it. And then Michael Saylor. BlackRock doesn't own it though, it's the shareholders. Yeah, but it's like them. Like as the custodian, but yeah. So just like how BlackRock, think about it, it's just the same thing with shares. Like BlackRock technically doesn't own all of these companies, but they own it on behalf of everybody, so they control the voting rights of all of it. And then especially with Bitcoin, essentially BlackRock is the one who has the key, if you really think about it. So yeah, it is for people, but yeah, it kind of in that, in Intel popping. Yeah, Intel, remember, they've been cashing out of Mobileye. Greek Cosmo Management said all vessels transiting to the area have requested assist in search. What? Something about a Greek ship? I tried to learn Mandarin before. It's hard. I'm not good at languages. I don't like it. English. Give me English. I know English. Everybody know English. I like English. A conservation easement? Maybe, but what would be the purpose? Right. Pedale. Alright, I'll be right back. Follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity. God bless America. Where my propaganda?
About that, Jim, I feel like you're underplaying.
And what happened, dude? What's happening at Bloomberg? I feel like a lot of people left. They've like changed like half of the reporters. You guys notice that? So something's going on there, bro. They have a whole different talent pool, and like, it's I don't know, man.
For those is
Nike executive Aaron Kane named new Converse
really encourage
CEO.
People to look at that, and we go through a lot of the economics, but I'll give you the summary, which is that we have totally transformed MP's business overnight. We've gone from, the challenge, Joe, as you know, is that the Chinese historically have sold rare earths at a substantial loss because they use it mercantilistically as a strategic source of control of the downstream.
Which is a way of saying that they'll flood, which is a way of saying, Jim, that they will flood the market to take market share, which is one of the things that has always scared investors away from your company and other companies in this space.
Correct. And so if you look at the math, we basically have transformed MP where we can earn, we have long-term contracted cash flows. So we have 10-year agreements where essentially, if you kind of look out normalized, we believe we can do 650 million plus of EBITDA. And this is, and again, look at the various parts, but this has taken our business from what was sort of a volatile commodity business to a long-term contracted economic platform, which enables us to make further investments downstream. And those investments downstream, we now have 100% offtake in DoD as a customer. And if I can, Joe, let me add one more point that I think is so important, because you hit the nail on the head about the Chinese flooding the market. The Chinese very thoughtfully realized that, particularly when we think about physical AI and the future of warfare, robotics, drones, the Chinese are willing to lose billions to play for trillions of dollars of downstream market cap. And when we think about, our great leaders in technology, whether it's Jensen Huang or Elon Musk talking about robotics being potentially the largest industry in the history of the world, rare earth magnets are important, very important, extremely critical feedstock to that. And so we've got to preserve that trillions of dollars of downstream enterprise value. And that obviously is what we're about at MP, is making sure that our downstream industry has that feedstock. And obviously today's announcement ensures that we can make those investments.
Jim, the Defense Department is famously not splashy about anything. It's hard to argue that this was not flashy. $400 million equity investment in a publicly traded company Have they ever done this before?
I think it's a pretty unprecedented situation, and I think that this is obviously a very unique circumstance. And obviously, we are honored and humbled by it, Joe. And as you know, since we've been talking for many years, I guess there's the old expression of it takes a lifetime of hard work to become an overnight success. We've been at this for 10 years at MP. And actually, interestingly enough, today is the eight-year anniversary of my co-founder and I bought the Mountain Pass assets out of bankruptcy 8 years ago, where we began the turnaround to restore this full supply chain. And I think that DoD and the administration realized that we've got to look
this
at the supply chain
motherfucker who ruined the ski pass?
And hopefully this is a model for future other
How does
scenarios
MP
where
material
we have strategic industries that we
motherfucker?
have to return, and we've got to figure out a way
Wait,
to take on mercantilist economics. And so this is, I think, hopefully a good model in doing so.
So Jim, to that point, you operate in a specific portion of sort of the rare earth space when it comes to these magnets. In your view, because you're in this space, where does the U.S. still lag, and where does the U.S. need to invest in order to try to catch up, if even possible?
Well, we're vertically integrated. So we at MP, and there's nobody like this.
But I just mean from a
even in
materials
China.
and processing perspective. I understand you are vertically integrated, but what about for all of the rare earths that will be in demand in the near future?
Sure. Well, so there are two major categories. There are the light and the heavies, and as part of this announcement, DoD is actually also committing some capital for us to build out samarium separation at Mountain Pass. Samarium is a feedstock into a different kind of magnet that's actually really critical for military purposes as well. And so, essentially, Tim, if you want to refine rare earths, so forget the ore bodies around the world. If you want to refine and separate them to then become feedstock to magnets, there are two places to do it. There's sort of the Chinese sphere of influence or Mountain Pass, California. And so I think this basically catalyzes us to move downstream and really be able to have MP as an economic platform that can encourage additional investment. Really in all spheres.
MP materials, it doesn't really make sense. But yeah, because remember we talked about Vail? Remember Mosby brought it up. MTN, I like them, but then I liked them at 130 before the CEO guy or whatever. I think they were cheaper. Yeah, and then they got a new guy and then they went up. But this is Vail. This is all the literally every popular ski resort, and it pays 5%. It's a REIT. I'm pretty sure it's a REIT. Or someone said that last time. I have to double check. But yeah, but then they it's funny because I buy the stock, but what they've done to the snowboarding industry is disgusting. And skiing, bro, it's so expensive. Have any of you ever tried to ski at Salt Lake City? It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Even my girl, bro, when my girl almost vomited because she was just like, you could go anywhere in Europe to the best places for $1. What, you fucking American? So it was offensive, bro. No, it's insane. Dude, it's insane. Even if you buy the pass, they do it so you buy the pass. But it's still a lot of money. Bro, you could go to Courchevel and you could go to the nicest places outside of America. The best skiing in the world is 20% of the price. No exaggeration. They even did what's it called? They did a study. It is cheaper to fly to Switzerland and to fly to Europe and buy a trip to go skiing than it is to take the same trip domestically to Salt Lake City or to Vail. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So, it's nuts. It's fun. You got to learn how to snow. It's fun. I mean, as long as you're not old enough where an injury is a scary thing to you. Because I learned when my bones were still rubbery, I guess. Where you could fall and it didn't really affect your anything. But yeah, if you're old, I wouldn't try to learn it. But yeah, I'm not a fan. I was a fan when I was good at it, but I tried it 10 years later. Nope, I did not have the muscle memory. You're 30. If you're good, if you did it your whole life and you're good, then that's it. Like, but if you're like, I only snowboarded a little when I learned, and I got good at it for a little, but then I just never did it again. Dude, it was terrible when I tried. You get 9. Okay, well, that's nuts. But thank you for your service. But everyone else, it's ridiculous. It's just weird that people still buy it. It's not the pain when you do it. Like, my legs would get tired, and like the balancing is part of it. It's only if you fall. That's it. Like, I wasn't worried about that. It was just every time I would fall, it was like painful, and I'd feel it the next day. It's just like, bro, it's not worth it. I was like, bro, if I tear anything, I don't want surgery. I'm like, man, I'm not doing this shit, bro. I don't have time for this. I genuinely don't. I was like, give me a sled. I'll roll my ass down this hill. And then I went to the fucking spa, bro. I said, fuck all of that. Let's go. I'm not fucking. Why do I want to slide down a hill? You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, take me to the top of a mountain and let me slide down as fast as possible. Hey, strap my legs to it. Make sure I can't escape it either. Yeah. I want physics not in my favor. So even if I try to stop, gravity won't let me stop. Let's do that. That sounds fun. Fuck off. Give me the fucking one with an engine. I'm American. Snowmobiles, anybody? That I was down. But I gave up. And I told you, bro, like my girl, dude, it's so funny too. Because my girl got no athletic bone in her body. This is the first time she's ever started going to the gym as of recently. After finally just being around me where she's like, all right, fuck, I have to go to the gym. And then that's it. I got too many hot girls complimenting me now. So she was like, I have to go to the gym. I said, I love you, baby. It's okay. But that's a different topic. But at the end of the day, no athleticism at all in my girlfriend. Rightfully so. It wasn't expected. Dog. She gets on these skis, bro, and is like doing jumps. She could like do a jump and turn and like do flips and spins and shit. And I'm like, you're ridiculous. And she's like, what? I learned this at age 1. I'm like, okay, bro. That's ridiculous. So, yeah. Hood and Tesla again. Did I have both of them up? I think I did. Yeah. Definitely a spy, right? Oh, so the Europeans could ski. Yeah, that's what she said. She said when they were in school, they took like trips to ski. No, it's not that. It's just it only happened once at the gym, and then once out in public, and then one more time, and then never again. A lot of it's been recently, though. That's kind of weird. The more hair I lost, the more women would approach me. So, ladies, you guys got problems. Be careful, Vail Resorts. You made snow for them? Best job I have, major neglect towards their underground water. In the next 5-10 years, it'll hurt their margin? What? Well, elaborate. What do you mean? How do you make snow? I know they do the snow making sometimes, but what do you mean? Like, are they gonna have to replace them, or are we talking liability? What do we got? Yeah, that's interesting. Their margins are already tough. Well, you guys realize there's many. Let me pull the chart back up. Remember, there's a reason it became a value name. They were dead in the 10 years ago, ran up when they bought the assets, dropped, and then COVIDed, but now they're right back. Oddly specific info. I don't know. Don't buy it here. You should have bought MTN 2 months ago. We talked about it. I remember at the low, Mosby brought it up. But then again, you had other names I thought were a little bit more attractive, but it's a good one. Just be careful though. 130 to 170 is pretty big. Oh, I forgot about Penn. Again, that one, you guys got that hella early. Thanks to Ignas. Woo! Did Vale respond? I'm just trying to see. Well, that was my issue, is that I think it's too expensive to ski in general. I don't know how they're keeping it up. But then again, their idea is get people to subscriptions. So it's a kind of a high risk bet. Yeah, Tesla's up 4. I mean, again, everything today. We started off a little bit of a Mag 7 weakness, but that came up. Remember, we did hit a new all-time high today. So that is part of the story, as odd as that may sound. Another all-time high. GSK sides with Zantac maker. Oh, nice. Check Pfizer, too. Oh, that looks old. Stock already reacted to it. What the fuck? I'm sure it's new info, but look at this stock. GSK is already reacting like it got it. Pfizer didn't make any move, but Pfizer is directly tied to that situation. And then Tesla's still going. Did back in the black V bar. I think I know what you're talking about. It looked like horns, kinda. I've never used that for back. I've done the full normal back pull down thing, but you just do inside grip, underhand, and pull in. But interesting. That's good though. If you woke up, you sore with a new area of muscle. It's really good for the back. Especially with posture, because that's probably the shit you didn't work out that's weak. That was good. DJT and Trump coin speculation, or what? What are we talking here? Fed Dolly. Justin Sun, big news on Tron. Aspen is for the rich. Breckenridge. I just think, unfortunately, any of the good spots, owned by Vail Resorts, they're really expensive. It's terrible. You finally hit the sus machine. No shame. Oh, dude. No, bro. Sus machine is great. Never have shame. That's good, man. That's good. 100 mil of Trump coin for Tronado. He bought 100 million. Nice. Not all of it. I'm gonna say, I thought he was in jail. Who said you can't buy Trump coin from jail? Okay, I guess. All right. Breckenridge is awesome. I've never been to Breckenridge. I wanted to go. Breck. did pay his way. It was him and Trevor. IDYA. No, I don't ski. Would I ever short this SPY? I mean, maybe one day if the situation arises. Yeah, I mean, remember we played someplace to the downside during Trump this year. We made a lot of money actually, and then the random upside plays like Core Weave during that moment. But you know, we got to give the we got to just get the right setup. You know, I mean, I kind of hope we don't have to, but I'll be ready, God willing. Yeah, Core Weave and then McDonald's, they got some upgrades earlier. Tesla's still going. Tesla's really going. NQ short trauma is real. No, I embrace it. I love it. I think I learned a lot from that play. It sucked, but oh man, I think it saved me so much money. As odd as that sounds, but losing that $30,000, I think it helped us out this year and many other years after. But yeah, so I embraced that one. It was brutal at the time and it sucked. And it was, you know, but I got to learn a lot in my confidence. You know, I'm more confident than ever, but I got to learn about my confidence and I got to learn about of things that I already knew, but then I also got to learn about this scenario and what's going on now and how it was different and what wasn't different and keeping that in view. But also, like, you know, we are in a very interesting moment. So, and I think I got to learn from that. That's why I didn't slip up at the other opportunities later, because I was like, yep, yeah, this looks familiar. So yeah, I like that one. Let's stay low. I know that got exciting from the morning. Boom. Apple new MacBook, iPad, and iPhone by early 26. Yeah, XS is at 50. Again, there was a lot of biotech stuff, so if it's reacting now, there might be something from the FDA or it's individual related to the company. That is moving down 2.5. 1106. They get Medicare approval for colorectal blood test. That was at 11. An hour ago, there's a headline. So yeah, it's reacting now. There was a Medicare approval. The altitude is too high. That's kind of dope. I want to check that out. Isn't that like good and bad for you? Doesn't it like make you work harder? But like if you have issues, you shouldn't go. But then if you're healthy, you can work out. Coin. Damn, bro, this thing went to 380. I was like, did I just sell it for like 350? What? No, Core Weave, we saw it flash every time. None of it's news, but yeah, it's now gotten pretty big. It's actually the lowest it's been in weeks. It's the lowest it's been in a month. That would be one people would rotate out of. If there is a rotation. And then if you guys aren't aware, it is Power Hour. You know that 53 minutes remaining. had issues and lung issues, and Breckenridge made you breathe better? No way. Yeah, COPD, that's the one. You have to be, and then Merck just came out with a COPD thing. But yeah, I know it's like if you have that, you got to be careful, but I was under the impression that if you don't have any lung issues, like some bouts of high elevation are good for you. Or at least they make you work. Yeah, I don't know the highest elevation I've been to. Now that I think about it, I don't know. And then more of the updates on the Apple launch is coming out. So I don't know if that's moving. It's 310. You're getting the candle. I think money is leaving Core Weave and then just going everywhere else. Summit, and then we're getting biotech moves. You just had who else? Who was that? XHAS on the low, and then Summit now on the high. Crypto ripping, silver ripping as well. And then bonds are break even, believe it or not, on the long end. You even had a slightly good auction. I don't know if that was enough. I don't think they can handle it. You're sad. We have to move. Can't afford another house without selling. So you got to do the 2-6. Oh. As long as you've exhausted all opportunities. You know. Again, because like someone brought it up earlier. They were like, Josh, I'll sign a lease if you need it. You can... Remember, if you get the property rented out, they'll qualify. But then again, if you need the equity, even then, any other way to pull it out. But just make sure the new house you're getting is a good deal and make sure it all lines up. And just try it. As long as you've ran through everything, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it is, fight to keep it. But, I mean, this, eventually, if there's a good enough deal, I would be willing to sell everything. Remember, value and shame. So just ask yourself, if worse came to worse, the place you are telling me you have to move to is you value, and ask yourself, like, both living value for your family, and then equity, all of that, and then from there, you'll be good. Because then if the value is worth it, I mean, yeah, it sucks giving it up, but then, that's it. We will be renting until we find what we want. But there's nothing you want to buy? Whoa. Well then, wait, why are you selling? Because I don't think that's a good idea. Sadly. I would try, we need to get that money working. Because I'm telling you, and I pray it works for you, because I hope that, there's one of these times, bro, real estate might actually come down, and find, people, maybe it will chill, and it already has over, real estate has calmed down since 2022. It's been 3 years, almost 4, you know what I'm saying? But and maybe one of these days it's going to really stop going up, and then it'll really be a good discount. But I am telling you, and you could ask anybody in real estate, most of the shit that I see, bro, a lot of it is people who, they sold their house waiting to go to the next one, and then, or for some, and they thought they would rent and do the thing. They rent, and then we'll wait, we'll find this other one, but let's just sell our house now. It doesn't usually lead to another home. You know what I'm saying? It really, it just doesn't. So email me the full situation if you want, and I could try to help. I'm not going to give you money, but I could see if there really is another option, which ideas. So we're waiting on the house we like. So then why not keep the 2.5% rate? It is cheaper to rent right now, which is good. And that's the advantage I think you have. But yeah, why sell? Because I'm telling you, it's going to be hard. It will be very, very hard. Just because you got to even think the qualification too at the time. That's another issue I've seen. But mainly, it's just because the prices keep going up. And yeah, you'll need the money when we find the house. Well, then find the fucking house. But do you see what I'm saying? Let me just try to be as blunt as possible. Unless you are going absolutely fucking broke and have no money, why are you rushing? Because I would not sell that house until you know what you're buying next. That is what I would tell everybody for almost any asset. This is a universal one for everybody. I know it is still getting clobbed. And some in the biotechs, and then a Bitcoin and silver. That was it. And Brazilian Lula said in an interview, government will pursue negotiations. If they fail, will enforce reciprocity law. But yeah, so here's the deal, man. I would only tread lightly. Like, I don't know your life. I don't know your situation. I don't know if there's health problems, family, if there's something deeper that my financial answer can't account for. You know what I'm saying? And if that's the case, ignore me. But assuming your lifestyle is relatively the same and you just want to wait till you find the best house, do not sell your current home now until you know. And you could do it at the same time. That's how I bought my house now. Worst case scenario, you're going to sell your house a little bit cheaper just to sell it faster once you find the next house. Because once that house you want arrives, you could put an offer contingent and tell the people, I don't care about the deal. Fuck a deal. I'll give you what you want. It's contingent on me selling my home. That's it. And they'll do it because that's a normal thing. But the moment you sell your house, give up a 2% interest rate to wait for another house. If nobody has died, no job loss, no extreme circumstance, I think that is the worst thing you could possibly do. You're worried about is having a tenant and we rent out and we find it, that's fine. Don't rent it out then. Live in it. If you're, and then otherwise, or maybe Airbnb it, or go put somebody on a 1-month lease, or again, like I'm telling you, all of the real estate transactions I have closed, and ask anybody who's closed any, this is a normal process. This is a normal deal. You could go tell anybody, I want to buy your house, I own one, make it contingent on me selling, and they'll do it. Trust me, it's not going to be, unless they need unless the seller of your house, the one you want, has an extreme scenario, they're not going to do it. And that is a possibility, but like I'm telling you, it's, even if you have it rented out, it's not that weird. And I'll buy it from you, damn it, if you really want. But I'm telling you, I think you're being emotional and rushing it, and you're worried about something that is not existent. You see, you're worried about a hypothetical. I'm worried about you giving up your rate and getting trapped into high rentals for the rest of your life when you already own a home, and you're going to give it up without even buying another home and knowing where it's going, and you're giving up a once-in-a-lifetime interest rate. And again, and your biggest argument is a hypothetical, that it's rented and you can't get the renter out, and even then, anybody will buy a house. I'll buy a house with the renter at the right price. So, or again, you could do month-to-month renters, 3 months, all of that. How long have you been looking for the perfect house? So if it's taken you 3 years and you haven't found it, why would it show up in a month? Maybe it does, but like I'm saying, just basic wisdom of what I tell you and anybody, I tell my family, you don't sell that house until you have another one. Because if you get in this little renting game waiting, ask anybody who's done it. It has never worked out. I think maybe 1 out of every 50 works out, realistically. That's what I'm saying. Unless there's an extreme scenario I don't know about, and forgive me, and then I'm wrong, but if nobody died, no job, no divorce, no anything, I don't get it. I wouldn't, especially at 2%. So yeah, just don't rush. Again, I showed an example this morning of somebody rushing on the purchase side. Just, I'm trying to help them, they'll ignore it and then go. But so at this point, I've said my piece. I think a lot of people will agree and give you some data to it, but at the end of the day, it's your decision from here on out. But what I don't make money or lose money off of what I just told you. I think it is in your best interest to keep that house by all means necessary, and then once you find it, then sell it. Who gives a fuck? I'm fine with that, but I would hold on to that, especially at that interest rate. You did it 4 years ago. Yeah, I mean, even then, have you ran all the numbers too? Because I could pull up, I'm the mortgage, because rent's cheap though now. That's what I like. That's the only thing I like about this right now. About this plan, the only good thing I see is that you probably could rent where you want to live for cheaper than any time in the last like 3 to 5 years. And I like that. I think that's a good thing. But then you have to buy another house. You have to go buy a house in Ohio, anywhere cheaper. But even then, I'm not. But then you're going to run into your same problem of I need to sell to buy. And then your rate is at 2%, dog. Nobody has that. That makes this even an easier one, to be honest. So, but yeah, it's your choice, bro. I'm telling you what I would tell anybody, and I think what I'm saying is on the money. But it's your life. You know it better than I do. So just act accordingly. Isn't the video chips? I had Palo Alto flushing core weave down. I know you need to sell to buy, but I think you're getting ahead of yourself. It's your money, bro. It's not going anywhere. Believe, like, do you know I'm buying a house now for the cult? And I sold the long term. Did you know that? If you don't, look at, here's 200 grand cash. I'm in the process. This is exactly why I'm even using my long term, to show you I'm using money you guys see. I'm not just pulling money out my ass because I'm rich. It's just money. You guys have seen every dollar of this, and you're watching what I'm doing with it. So that process, dude, it's been already a month, a little bit more almost. It's not gonna happen fast. And like I said, even the Philo, it's not one event. So I know the money is in your house. Your equity is there. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it could fluctuate, but it's a very normal thing in real estate that people need the equity from the other house. So when you find your house, that shouldn't be as big of a problem as you think it is. Because like I'm telling you, all you need to do is sell your house when you find the other one, make your offer and communicate that. And if you already said, I don't even want a deal, that's what you said. I don't want a deal. I want a nice house. Okay, then that's going to be easy to get. Do you understand? The only thing holding you back is the house, but you're willing to give them whatever they want if you want it. So that means you're going to offer list or above. It's just going to be contingent on you selling your current home. That's it. Anybody will do that deal. I would. If I listed my house and 1 day later somebody says, I'll give you what you asked for it, just you got to wait 30 days for me to sell my home, I would say, let me take a couple more offers, but I'm down. Yeah, because I don't think anybody will beat that in a week or in a day or in whatever. So I don't think that problem's the big issue. But again, it's your choice. because you're giving up a lot. You're gonna give up the rate, and then who knows what's gonna happen between now and when you're ready to when you find that house. In Target, we're seeing in long listing times. I mean, you're answering with a lot of new information and a lot of other stuff, but I don't think you've addressed my real concern about giving up the interest rate and potentially being stuck in a cycle of renting forever, and the fact that we're doing this on ideas, not necessarily a necessity. You know what I'm saying? No bad problems, no issues. You are moving in the job, but you're not saying I need to move for my job. I think in all the answers I'm gathering, it's that it's convenient, but I don't think it's necessity per se. And again, you have a really good house probably with good interest and everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's there. I already could tell he's owned the house for at least 3 years, maybe, just because the interest rate. Telling you, that right there is unbelievable. So, like I said, man, you know the answer. You're just telling me the other stuff and justifications, or maybe somebody gave you these justifications. But at the end of the day, I would tell anybody, and anybody came to me with this, I would tell them the same thing. And if these were the objective facts of the case, the verdict is easy, man. You know, but do it. It's your life. This is where you get to learn, but understand the concerns I'm worried about. You'll never get that interest rate again, potentially never own again if this goes wrong. And then if nothing extreme is and no necessity, you should have a lot of flexibility. You've been there since 2019, moving, it'll be 2 hours to commute if you don't move. So how much would it cost to rent something that would be close to your work? I'm giving it up. I think you're giving it up because you want to. Do you want to sell me the house? How about you sell me the house, see if I can mortgage transfer, or you sell or finance it to me? Because if you're going to give this money away, bro, I'm going to take it. You're giving shit away, dude. That's what you're doing. You're giving it away. You don't have to. I don't get that vibe. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? I've asked 3 times. I'm like, is someone dead? Did someone die? Is there something I don't know about? Otherwise, you're giving it away. You're handing it because you're like the price. I think you think the prices are gonna come down, and I just don't think you want to admit it. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. I think you said the long listing times, and then I know the rents are low. I agree with you there. I'm with you. That's why. It's not. Then why not rent? Rent something cheap and keep it. And rent out the house. Go rent where you want. That's the easy one, but you already said you're worried about someone in there. But I've already answered that with a good answer and a realistic answer. So you don't want to do that. Why? You know what I'm saying? He doesn't want to do it, but I could go back and try again. Do you want to rent where you live and then take the 2.5 interest and just rent that house out until you find what you want to buy and then offer contingent on the sale? That's it. Easy. Easy money right there. That's the easiest, straightforward answer. Everybody gets what they want. Rent cheap in the target area and rent out your house until you find your dream home, and then punt that bitch. Sell that house and tell them, I don't care about what you said. I don't care about price. Full asking, contingent on my sale. You're giving them big money. They have to wait. That makes sense. That is the most straightforward answer. Everybody wins without giving away, putting yourself with too many question marks. That one's the easiest way to do it. Everybody wins. You get closer to work. Your wife gets the nice area, the nice house. You still own the house at low interest, and you guys could still buy a new home if it arrives. You see what I'm saying? That is money. That's easy money. So if you could do that, I love that. I think that's the answer. But anything else that says I have to sell, I don't get that vibe. Not at all. Well, he needs the equity to buy the house. He could still sell it, even with the renter. Just go put the renter on month to month, 3 months. Let them even know your plan. Make sure don't rent it to somebody that doesn't meet qualifications. And then again, when you find your house, contingent on the sale, they'll do it. If you're offering full asking, which I think you're going to. So yeah, I think that's the easiest one, bro. That's the easiest one. Yeah, a buyer may even like it because it'll give them more time, and then everybody wins again. But that's the easiest answer. And then that way you win more than you lose. You don't even walk away paying more taxes, because the new house you're gonna still pay more taxes, but you're still securing stuff with more security. You own assets, you know what's going on. You don't have to be left up to the control of the real estate market or anything. You see what I'm saying? That's why I believe so heavily in this. What do you think about buying empty lots in town and holding them till businesses want to buy it? Tough game. Comes with holding costs. So land, no one's gonna give you loan. That's why this deal is taking so much time, because this 30 acres is multiple plots, and the lenders don't want to give money for land. So anything that doesn't have a house on it, they want me to give them triple. So I could get the house for low money down, but the land that's worth $100K is going to require as much down payment as a $500,000 home. You see what I'm saying? So it's cash intensive. No one's going to loan you money. So you're putting out $20K for every plot, $50K. That's pure cash. You're not leveraging it. And then you have to pay the taxes, and then it just hit or miss after that point. So as long as you're up to that, and yeah, but I don't like land. I like structure. I like it. And, there's good opportunities to develop because we need more houses. So I think what you're better off doing is finding good land in good areas that you believe in or you know something about. Buy the land and then start the permitting. And then get the ball rolling. I found one the other day, bro. Do you guys want this? I found one in Cali. It's, where was it? I have to see. I want to say Riverside, like actual Riverside, California, like the city, not the county. And it was a piece of land. He listed it at $500,000, then raised it to $4 million and lowered it to $1 million. He's a crackhead. But I think they fucked up. But it's already approved. It's just a raw piece of land approved for 270 units. That's it. So think about it. That guy bought the land, got the permits, got this big project approved, held it for years, and that's the money right there. So if you could buy land, get permits, and get the process started, and then hand it off to the next guy, there's more value there. Or get utilities on the land, people love that. So, but then again, that's just more work. You have to add more value than that. Otherwise, it's a lot of cash. It's just roulette with land, more or less. Because if you hit, you'll hit big. If not, you're just going to be worthless, paying taxes, and then all your cash is there, and then even when you want to sell it, no one's going to want it. That's why land just sits there. Yeah, man. Well, email me. I mean, worst case, bro. I think you keep the house. There's an easy answer on the table that I think you will not regret. I think you'll regret the first thing you told me. But hey, email me. Send me the address too, bro. Because if there could be a mortgage transfer, or you're gonna go ahead and barrel forward with this deal, I would rather take the equity than you give it to a random person. Or because this is crazy. Don't give it away, bro. At the very least, let's see if we could lock down that 2% rate somewhere, because that's good, bro. That's very good. My email is tradingfraternity@gmail.com. Edwards, that's another medical device play, or just medicine in general. But then MDT went down. Land and Boxable, a good idea? You tell me. Have you bought one yet? Have you heard about it? So I'd like it. I'm not gonna do boxables. I'm just gonna build my own containers and shit. But at the end of the day, it's like that idea was like, it's been popping for like 10 years and it hasn't really, like, I think what's it called? I think van life has gotten more traction than like container homes in a weird way. Because like container homes are used in projects now, but it never became like a container home community. You know what I'm saying? Or like these people who are like, I don't want to pay anything. Let me live here. Like, yeah, the tiny home revolution did not take off. And it's not new. It's not new at all. But it is like, it's been added to things. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you, where the farm is, bro, everybody has a container. I have a container on the property. And then one of the neighbors has a dope container already decked out. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's used a part of real estate now. Like smaller mini ADUs and containers and boxables. It's used in real estate, but this concept of like single family main housing dwelling for a certain demographic, that hasn't taken off yet. So I don't know if that idea, like, because you might just spend money, build it, and then who the fuck wants to buy it? You gotta ask, like, would you buy it? So think about it. Think about what you are doing. Would you buy what you're doing? Right? So if you're like, I'm gonna buy this land for $50K, I'm gonna put a $50K boxable home on it. I'm gonna spend $120 after everything, and then I'm gonna sell it to someone for what? $250? $3? So now let me ask you, would you buy a piece of land, 30 minutes outside of your main city? Is it near restaurants, near groceries? What does it have? And then it just has it. Would you pay $300 for that? You see what I'm saying? It just, that hasn't taken off yet. And people, once you get to a certain price, most people, even then, they're more willing to even just buy a shitty home in a neighborhood. You would be surprised. I do. The containers are very intriguing. Oh, dude. You already listed the house. Yeah, bro. This is a Chad epidemic. You guys keep doing this. You guys just barrel ahead and then you ask me when it's like too late usually. So I don't think it's too late. Get me email. Like, look, it's not even selling. Habibi. Now it has a record. So find out who holds the mortgage. Tell me who the mortgage servicer is. Attach that in the email. Or if you have even a loan doc, because we just gonna call the fucking bank, dude. Call the bank and see if they'll let us transfer the mortgage. If they'll let us do a mortgage transfer, then I would be down to do something. But at the end of the day, bro, I still think the rent. But yeah, this is the second one today, though. I showed you the first email, though. After some point, though, I don't know. I'm glad that it's listed and it hasn't sold yet, because you still could back out, bro. Dude, you still have time. I don't know. It's technically not too late, but we're getting there, man. That's been kind of one of the themes. How much of you selling the long term is that the market may sell off within the coming year? 0%. I have way more than $250,000 in other stock market investments, and I have all my other accounts untouched. like I'm saying, that's just how I operate. I always think about house. This is the goal I've told you guys. This is how you go from Egyptian boy to millionaire, multi-millionaire. It's going to be through a mix of stocks and real estate. So like I told you, I once it hits a certain amount, I start shopping. I have to. I can't not do it anymore. And then I shop and I shop and I shop. And once there's a steal of a deal, like if someone's going to give me a free house, I'm lined up, right? We're swinging, baby. No hesitation, no thinking. I don't give a fuck what anybody else does because I know the value of it. So yeah, that's why we're not touching this or anything else. My actions do not mean anything relative to the market. I could assure you. So, but that's how you should operate. Warren Buffett would be proud because that's what I'm saying. The market is a tool. It's a tool to grow your money, right? And use it as such. You don't have to be married to it and tied to it like that. You know, you use it as a tool to grow your money, put it to work, get good assets, good ownership, but why is it there? You know, and we know what it's there for, a house. So right when it gets there, and if the good deal shows up where now I could grow my money further and better than I could have here, oh yeah, there you go. But we'll come back. It just doesn't mean that we really care about what it means or not. If anything, it's always sad to let go of good purchase prices, but like I'm saying, you know, where we're headed to, I like the destination. I think the only thing that like helps is that it's I was up a lot too on the year, and real estate isn't. Do you guys realize that? So on top of everything I just said, I'm not trying to time the market. I'm trying to get a better investment. And now my stock investments were up 20%. You know what I'm saying? And the year is up only 7%. And real estate is down, and I'm buying a property below value. You see what I'm saying? So it's instantly maximizing, you know, where my dollar is being used in that sense. So that's just like the added benefit. It's kind of like but that's the funny part, because it's the big question you guys always ask me of why I don't go all in. But ironically, I'm going all in on real estate. That's what I always do. I hit the first ones, and then on the 5th hand, once I get the real estate flop, I go all in every time. You haven't noticed? You know, why don't you just put all your money in Meta? I was like, I kind of did at one point, but then once the real estate comes in, like, think about it. That's it. I'm going all, like you're saying, replacing one of the other ones, and now I found something good at a good price, like just like when we find anything else. But now I'm going all into that one. Now I'm levering it like 5-10 times over, because it's the value. Again, that's word to Philo. But yeah. It's all up to the bank on the mortgage transfer. Some of them are dickheads. Some of them, they have to because it's in the terms. So it just depends on what type of loan you got, when you got it, all that stuff. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm excited about too. You're going to get to see a real trophy on top of it. That's the best part, is that, you know, we've always looked at the long term on the computer, but I encourage you to let all of your internet activities like make your real life cool. Because I'm always getting a trophy, dog. You know that? So then that way when they say you suck, I just you know, I'm like, you're right, but I got some trophies for when I didn't suck. And thank God they hold value. You know what I'm saying? You know, they grow actually. Some of them, unless they go vroom vroom. So to stop buying those. What weight do you put on appraisal? Not much. Appraisal's like a tool for loans. That's it. If the appraisal is low, I try to get them to give me more money off. If the appraisal is high, I'm like, I look at, we got a deal, but I don't really care about the appraisal. I think my appraisal matters more. I have an appraisal. Jensen to meet with Trump at White House. Didn't I tell you, as after Trump said, NVIDIA went up because of me. I did that. Look at that. You're welcome, Jensen. Jensen has an ego, you guys. You know that? That's the thing. I like Jensen a lot. I really do. But he has the, like, if you thought I had a chip on my shoulder. Oh, you don't understand Jensen, bro. Jensen is very... So, I don't know. I think you guys are worried about Elon and Donald Trump. I'd be more worried about Jensen and Donald Trump. You guys, I don't think you read the ego right. I don't think you getting it. Bro, Jensen. Bro, what are you going to tell Jensen right now? Because, Sam Altman wants to be it's Jensen, dog. Jensen has everything right now. You can't, dude, do you understand what that is like? Do you wonder what Jensen wakes up? Jensen, he got some juice right now, bro. He is it. That's what I'm saying, bro. And then Donald, you already know about Donald. I don't gotta tell you about Donald. You already have enough thoughts about Donald, but I need to put you on game with Jensen because I don't dude, he gets mad if they don't clap. Bro, I bet this guy, go tell Jensen, I bet you Jensen don't have one person who can disagree with him right now. I bet you they want to, but they won't. Go, Jensen. Jensen could be like, I'm going to name NVIDIA Schmavidia. And they'll be like, that's a great idea, Jensen. You don't believe me? How the fuck we got Meta Labs? Yeah, shut up. Exactly. I don't want to hear it. So you get it? Dude, it's not. So that one's going to be fun. I would like to see what happens as a result. He wakes up with crocodile leather. I don't know, dude. Jensen, bro. Yeah, if you ever meet him, just clap every time he talks. Just clap. Yas. Yas. Thank you for the long time. Jensen hooked up a lot of long terms, bro. He says thank you right back. He's selling 800 million this year. Said thank you too, retail. Oh man, 13 minutes. It could be you. No. I'm an interesting guy. Because I'm in front of you guys, but I'm not. Tesla has not applied for any operating permits since the first one it received in March. California Public Utilities spokesperson. That's weird. That's Cali, though. The other announcements today was San Francisco. That is California. Interesting. Oh, nice. You got one? I'll take a look after, but good work. Amen. I'm a big fan. Again, I've seen a lot, man. I've seen a lot recently. You guys have made moves, so above all else, man, little at a time. That's why I want good deals for you, and I want it to bless you how it's blessed most of us in here. So, but it's always good to have more landowners, man. I'm watching it in real time. All right, man. But 13 minutes. I was gonna say something. I forgot though. There's the Tesla stuff. How bullish once the rate cuts? It's not really about that. I mean, to a certain degree, unless I care about revenue generation of the United States of America. It's a wild concept, I know. But that's what I care about right now. And for the future. It's where the dollar ends up, it's where bond yields end up, and ultimately where our deficit ends up. Because to a certain degree, this is what I'm telling you guys, like they're gonna spend $1.9 trillion or 1.7 minimum a year. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be a lot of money. There's gonna be a lot of activity. But if we don't know how it's gonna translate. So if they're spending all this money, but then something changes and then the economy slows down, or like China where they print all this money but then the people's behavior changes rapidly, then you're kind of screwed. That's just 10-minute rigged, you guys. So does that make sense? It's not like, otherwise I'm not viewing the same things people are. That's how we got here. That's how we're killing it right now. It's just like the real thing is I'm focusing on the ball. The ball is what really matters. It's the government spending above all else. Why do I say that? Because when we focused the last 4 years not on the government spending, it didn't matter. Nothing made sense. It only makes sense in that context. So so policy, trade, and how it actually plays out, that's our next step we're waiting for. So rate cuts or not, that's why I don't really care about them, because it's not going to have the effect anymore. It doesn't matter. What matters is what we do, the consumers and global trade do, and that whether or not we turn into China or not. And there's your answer. That drop is 10-minute rigged, I would say. Good day, guys. It was just a little bit within that 0.7, but it was one way, easy. You lagged a little bit, but Mag 7 played along eventually, and you got some rotation. You need the tariffs, or you need tariffs, or you need any idea to bring in revenue. Sell some government Trump coin for the treasury. I don't know. All right, well, wrap it up, man. But at the end of you're getting a pretty big sell here at close. Low ticker. I don't think it means anything. You could freak out if you want, but I just think take a little off the top. It's him, and I'm pretty sure he gets paid on the back end of the deals. So it's a back-ended deal. It's not like LA cabal scammer shit where they pay him. It's still kind of sketchy, but he gets the royalties on the back end. I can't confirm this. I'm pretty sure. So that way, if all goes to shit, he could still reclaim it. That way no one could kind of misrepresent him in the long run. Or if it does like fail, he's gonna recoup enough to take over all of it. P. Diddy should have done that in a weird way. He kind of did, but different. It's pretty big. You just sold the VWAP, but like I'm saying, it's not. I don't think it's gonna change much. That's what VWAP is for. So now they can buy here, maybe overshoot, but yeah. And no, that's not the that's funny. They really forwarded this to me. So Chad sent an email earlier trying to guess the property. But that wasn't it. But I kind of want to buy this one. This one's 80 acres for 1.6 million. What? No, it's not worth that. It's worth way less, though. I like this one, bro. Mine is not that big, but mine's nicer in a weird way. Yeah, I like ours better. This one looks cool, though. I'll show you. This is one he sent me. This isn't it, but I like it. They forwarded it to me because this is something I would like. This is 1.6 for 80 acres, and it has some structures on it. Mine costs double? Nah. I'm gonna tell you. I don't even think I'm gonna tell you guys. You might vomit. I'll let you guess. This one's nice, bro. That's crazy. I'd like. All right, 5 minutes. Final 5 at VWAP. A little bounce. Found so many, I know. Isn't there a lot, dude? That's what's so crazy. There is a lot in there. Some of them, that's why I like it. And it's kind of blowing my mind, but like good acreage is still kind of cheap. It's very, very weird. But then again, like, it's a lot to maintain. We got EU news. That's not it. All right, man. Rapper-rooney, Chattadooney. BX on the whore. They aren't making any more Cadillac Eldorados either. Okay? That's cold call. Cold call lore. I miss cold calling, to be honest with you. Because one of the best joys of cold calling is getting to talk to like a funny old guy. Where you know what I'm saying? Where like they just hit you with one-liners. They have fun with the call. They don't even care. I'll never forget that comment. I was on a cold call. This guy, I said that to him. I said, they're not making any more land. And he says, they're not making any more Cadillac Eldorados. Do you want one? He broke me out of character and everything, and I just started cracking up. I'm like, all right, big homie, you're right. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I've never heard that. No one's ever responded to me like that. Because I used to think the whole, they're not making any more land. I was like, ooh, banger. But then that was the rebuttal. I was like, what? He was Texas. Yeah, or Texan, I think. It's funny, dude. He had some other shit I don't remember. He was just going off on that call. But that was the line I'll never forget. Okay. I thought of the other idea that doesn't involve tattoos. But tattoos, I don't think we're going to do tattoos. And you only have, oh wow, you don't have much time. I'll tell you after the bell. Hold on. Give me a sec. It just came back to me. Remind me of the chest. The chest. Okay, remind me of the chest. That's what you got to remind me of. Oh, Tyler Royke, nice. Are you new to the channel? Oh, nice. Welcome, Tyler Royke. If you don't know what the long term is, or maybe Tyler Royke, do you know about real estate? Because we got a cool, I don't know, man. If you get a good property, man, good deal, I could refer you to some people. Yeah. So that's Tyler. Oh yeah, 1 minute. Go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, time to wrap it up. You got less than 30 seconds remaining. That's it. I was too late already. I know. I was like, Tyler Royke. I got enamored. I just wanted to tell him about real estate. I said, oh my God, you got to welcome him, baby. But yeah, you have less than 10 seconds. You should have wrapped it up a long time ago. Okay, you should have wrapped it up a long time ago. But bring it home. 3, 2, 1. Ding 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 ding. Horna. Oh, Chadadonia. We did it, baby. Oh, why is that so quiet? There it is. My friends, you made it to the bell. You made it 7 hours. Some of you made it many years. Oh, there it is. I need a good game. Co-real estate made it 5. Royke made it 10, bro. Stop playing with me. Good game, baby. GG. That's what I'm talking about. Don't matter if you made money or lost money. Did you learn something? There was a lot to learn today. We had a lot of good discussions. We had a lot of real life discussions, bro. Good game and GG's, baby. You better get that crib. Save that 10%. You can't change your mind. You're getting it, baby. Good game. Thank you for not getting banned. That way I can't unban you. So thank you. And I love you. And GG, a way to be a part of it. That's it, baby. I'll see you soon. Literally. I know. Good game.
Thoughts, why they don't mean a lot. And my money on stocks, I can show you the top. Every bottom my pop, both the key and the lock. Don't believe me, just watch. Use my freedom a lot.
Need me to rap. You won't see me a lot. Monday to Friday, you need me, let's talk. Ooh, this. I might let it
Hey,
ride.
man. It's a cop. 2020.
I might let it ride. That's the day, baby.
That's what I love, man.
God bless America.
Yeah. Just feel like World War II, but I don't know what that would look like.
Stop
So if
worrying,
I'm gone
Chad.
soon, it's my goodbye to the good times, or maybe good lies.
Take it slow,
But the same
bro.
enemy,
Follow
smash
the
satellites.
steps.
Feel like World
Don't
War
rush.
II, but I don't know what that would look like.
Game
So if I'm
time.
gone soon, it's my goodbye to the good times, maybe good lies. But the same enemy just made us allies. Yeah, and I ask a couple questions, please. Why the people with all of the money freaking out? Why the stadiums got tents and no more bleachers now? Had the teachers not paid enough, gonna teach them that. Oh wait, I'm freaking out. Maybe I should grab a drink, go eating that. See, I'm feeling fine. Come my grandma told you all the news is lies. Blame it on the orange guy, right? The problem with invisible, any premise to disprove or conclude is still visual. I keep it simple, bro. Anything is seen is many things unknown. You can't explain the tree, you can't explain the snow. If you ain't know the seed, then you ain't know the code. What I know is I don't, and if I don't, you don't. And if you sick, I'm sick. Fuck your selfish shit. Yeah, they're poor and rich, but same depth of 6. They gon' bury us the same. Only real question is it by myself or in a mass grave. I'm just saying. I think a lot of things have changed. That's what happens when it's different, but it look the same. Feel like World War II, but I don't know what that would look like. So if I'm gone soon, hear my goodbye to the good times, or maybe good lies. But the same enemies made us allies. Y'all, can you wake the fuck up? This ain't a conspiracy, man, this ain't about Trump. Who framed who and made this a cover up? They planted the 201, the Pope was raping the nuns, so they thought they'd make a virus and let it out in Wuhan. Or maybe this is a plot to get oil out of Iran and plant people with the chip, Jerusalem, Palestine. Then maybe Jesus will come, or maybe my freedom's gone. Nah, my bad, I ain't trying to be wrong. It's just hard to say true when they get paid for the views. PPC, CPNs, how they evaluate news. That's what the senators will do. That's that senator do. Well, fuck it, I sounded petty. I should just be getting ready. They push us, this shit ain't heavy. I'm patient, my aim is steady. It's small mistake turn to deadly. Don't lose your life over petty. We tried divided already. Define life in terms of pennies. We done. We done. I hope you know we stronger as one. I hope this ain't the end of the run. Welcome to the war with no guns. Feel like World War II, but I don't know what that would look like. So if I'm gone soon, it's my goodbye to the good times, maybe good lies. But the same enemies made us allies.
Hey, Ra, that's... Tyler Royke. Let's give him one, Tyler Royke. Dude, Tyler Royke was before Uncle.
I said it's fucking playtime, motherfucker. Up in a foreign, rapping about, that should get boring. Looking around,
oh, I love you, baby. Let's go.
I'm gonna short it. Mama ain't proud, I ain't a lawyer, but I tell her I got a coat, need me a castle. I want a moat, financials are fragile. Watch it real close, the technicals lagging. That shit a joke, this shit a fact. I'm not trying to boast. I got me a straddle, played on both. I always watch candles, come get the smoke, yeah. Hey, this is the realest shit. Reminiscent, Philo 607 switching, then we dip. They said the Fed ahead of this, invest the sentiment.
Something's going on with Mexico right now.
They thought it'd be reliever quick. You smart, you buy with fear resistance. I'm breaking it
could
down.
Be a headline.
Sign ball. When I say it'll crash, just give me a minute, I'll take you to class. Like 2014 saw oil's first dip. Cheap energy made China and emerging markets rip, but oil had to dip cause Russia's really on some shit. They paved the way to take Ukraine and said they gonna annex it. Like whoa, that was the first sanction. $100 barrels down to 80 started tanking. But as it got cheaper, more producers started cranking. Output kept raising, lower futures kept on trading. Same time China bubble raising. We should've known it's trailing. But nobody was caring. How could that affect us? Buy the dips effective. If money was the medicine and healing wrote prescriptions. But let's go back to Shanghai. Let's talk them central bank guys. The market's down 60, so they had to move swiftly. Devalued in a day more than they have in a whole quarter century. But nobody thought that's fishy. Okay, 3 years. Currency even weaker. EM growth even bleaker. Where it goes, they don't know, but need a leader. LTR, not talking leaders. Long-term rates is what I mean. Invert the curve and set the leader. Once it turns, they'll be believers. They see near. I saw for meters. Now it's here, so now they hear it. And I don't need it. Y'all don't feel me. Y'all lucky this my favorite. Josh Answers, call me Lil Buffett. Been a decade since I made a meal. Y'all still haven't done it. Money come with problems and I love the repercussions. You an Instagrampreneur, nice pitch but don't do nothing. Pull up dripping, I ain't got the time, I had to slide. You too high, remind me of the market in no fire. They like to creep a lot, I like to trade the spy. And I know they don't believe in God, but feel him in my vibe. Really rich, I pull up Millie in the parking lot. They tell me that they listening, so why you think I talk a lot? I'm making money on the market, trading on phenomena. I beat the market every year, come meet me in the octagon. I'm on my Babylon, you lucky I got cameras. Get knowledge like I'm Santa Claus, got millionaires in Canada. I'm buying gold in Africa, I weigh it, I don't count it up. The factor in the tax enough, you asking me, I'ma laugh it up. They thought we were done.
Oh, yeah. Bro. That's it, Chad. I'm gonna get a good workout in. I don't know if I'm gonna lift though. I'm gonna lift for a little and I'm gonna try to play ball. Bro, I'm getting a rep. That's it. I made friends. I know their names now. We exchanged names. I haven't done that in a long time. You know that? It's been a long time since finally the random dudes at the gym are like, what's your name? I'm like, the first thing that came out was Juanita. I told them my name was Juanita. No, but I don't. So yeah, and then they make fun of me because they don't know how to guard me, because one day I make everything And then the next day I'll go like 1 for 7. So they like clown on me. There's one dude, he's funny, I like him, but he just clowns on me. And they're like, give him the ball. When they know I'm missing, they just talk shit. And then they can't guard me when I hit, but then it's terrible. Dude, I'm so hit or miss. Dude, it's so bad. Bro, I'm telling you, one game I am Kobe, the next game I am Angel Reese. I cannot explain it to you, bro. I don't know if it's because I'm old or I haven't played in a long time, but yeah, bro, it's not good. Oh my God, talk more good. I love me too. How are you? But Chad, okay, I'll tell you the last idea and then we gotta get going. Okay, here it is. My other idea, I don't know if this is allowed, but what if I made like, is this too culty if we had like army barracks? Like if I had like tents with like bunk beds, and then you all had like a chest at the front of your bunk bed with like your clothing for the day and like your boots. Am I just getting too many ideas, or is that, because that's what I said. I was like, I want more army. I don't know how to describe it. I'm not training for war, but I'm training for discipline. Like I said, I don't know how we're going to balance it, because I think we're going to have 2 different tiers. Some of you are going to come for entertainment and relaxing, and I think some of you are going to have to come for hard work and dedication. So, yeah, I don't know. You just put them up when you need extra beds. Yeah, that could be it too. Can us girls have a different option? Well, okay. Well, now that you've said that, maybe I have to consider it. Because the next thing I was going to say is everybody has to shave their head. So, I don't know if you're up for it, but I wouldn't make you do that, you know. So, okay, I'll have to replan. Let me see what I could come up with. Because that was next in line. I was going to say, so, yeah. Yeah, not cutting the hair. No, okay, that was the one. That's the one you're like, stop it, Josh. Hell no. Stop it right there, Josh. I love you, but that's it. All right, we finally drew the line. Bro, I said tattoos earlier. Y'all just got a little weirded out, but there wasn't any vehement opposition. I said shave their heads. They're like, what? Oh, hell no, Josh. No. So, all right, fair enough. Yeah, you guys know you can't get rid of a tattoo, right? Yeah, you guys know tattoos are permanent in hair. But then again, I know Lucky's grown his hair for a minute. I have too. I just started balding, so I guess it doesn't count for me. If I didn't bald, I would be like, damn, what? I can't cut it. Nature cut my own hair every minute of the day. But other than that, yeah, I feel, bro. So, yeah, but that was it. Yeah, what did they say? The cemetery idea, and then the nursing home made me sad. That one made me very sad. You think a whole bunch of bald dudes in an army-style barrack in California raises red flags? I think the red flag was raised when Little Egyptian Boy amassed a large following on the internet claiming to be a cult. I think that started it, and then getting banned by Bloomberg, and then getting repeatedly banned and silenced. I don't know. And then, so I think this is going to be confusing, because it's not too often that a Middle Easterner has a bunch of non-Middle Easterners doing Middle Eastern activities in Southern California. I'm obviously joking, but this sounds ridiculous, and I love it how it sounds, but yeah. So I think we're fucked already, but, you know, I just plan to do good things, so everyone's invited. Everybody, kind of, in a weird way. So I think it'll be fun. Let my girl plan the women's side. She did. She planned some part of it, and she's working with this other, like, we have like a fake architect. They can't, like, we can't get the shit licensed, but they could design anything that doesn't require licensing. And they came up with some good ideas, and I love it, and it looks super dope. Like, it's gonna kind of look, I don't know, this is one option. It could kind of look like a oasis in the desert. I don't, like, they showed me these, like, random, like, desert tents, and they're not to live in, but to, like, for, like, chill spaces. And, like, I don't know, it had, like, a real Dune vibe to it. That's a better way to explain it, yeah. So that's what it, but then I even told him, I said, that looks a little, I don't know. I said, I like it, but I don't want it to be too Homo sapien. You know, I want it to be out of this world, not too human. So I said, can we make it like army a little bit? I'm looking for a little, I don't know. I said, I don't want it to be too aesthetic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like how things look, but I need a little bit more ruggedness. So, yeah, we got to see. We got to see, and I'll let you guys have a crack at it. Wait till you guys see it, and then, yeah, we'll go from there. All right, man. I'll end it on that note. Bitcoin's still running because of Drake bars. I like it. Do you work for Drake? Are you like OVO Santana? Why are you? Because I'm like, if I ever come across Drake, I'm gonna tell him about you. You know that? I'm gonna be like, listen, man, I don't know if you know this, but you got people on Wall Street rooting for you, man. Okay, that's all. I'm gonna just tell him about OVO Santana. All right? Because I don't know if I agree with you, man, but I like the persistence. I don't know, man. I don't know. Is this how people are with me and Jesus? Are they like, I don't know, maybe he does believe, you know, because he's still talking about it, I guess. Because I'm like, I don't know. I respect it, but I don't know if I agree. We'll see. But on that note, Chatadonia, I love you. God bless you. Thank you for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day. We should have a watch list, but there's nothing, dude. Nothing is happening. I hate it. I wish it was because I'm telling you, all the watch list already explained everything. At least that's how I feel. So maybe I'm wrong, but at the end of the day, I don't think we're gonna get we just gotta wait for the curveball or the pop fly. But yeah, I could do baseball analogies too, you guys. I know a little bit. Yeah, you know, the lead runner. Oh yeah, leading off the base a little bit. That's what you guys do when I give you a step. Then you guys keep getting picked off. Don't try to steal, bro. Stop trying to steal home. Okay, I got you to third base. Why are you all trying to steal home? Anyways, you have a wonderful evening. I love you in the Lord. You are a child of the light, okay, baby? A man on assignment. Don't you ever forget. So read the books, Richest Man of Babylon, Proverbs, New Living Translation, and The Strangest Secret in the World. And don't forget why you're here, why we keep going, why that faith, hope, and love ain't ever going out of style, and why, my friend, life is not one event. Your one failure, your one success is not going to be the reason why. So you don't worry. And I don't know if you know, but you were commanded not to worry. That was not a suggestion. So take that to heart, wrap it up, and you know the reason. Finger to the sky, baby. To God be the glory, and through the grace of God alone. Amen. Amen. Chatadonia. Enjoy your evening. In the day, it's actually, you got a lot of day left, so make the most of it. Get ready for Friday. and maybe a farm. I think next week now. I don't know. California, but that's all. Peace out. Bye. I put you on a watch list, Josh. Fuck you. I'm fucking sick of your Jesus shit. Fuck you. Fuck you. You disagree with me? I remember when you said don't cut rates ahead of you. Fuck you. Yeah, we could have banned you then. Now we can't, but fuck you. Fuck you. You're fucking. Why am I cussing so much? I'm happy. I'm the president. I'm not. No, Joe. No, you're not. That's why the stock market's up. It was up when I was president. Shut up. Howard! He's silent. I'll tell you, without me, you can't spell Nvidia without Trump. I don't know how to spell it anyways, but I did that. You think it's a coincidence? Tariffs, and now Nvidia is the most profitable company in the world. Because of me. Only me. I think Jensen helped a little, but I think the president helps a lot. Jensen, tell me, what was your valuation when Biden was president? Oh, okay. It wasn't this high. How about when Barack Hussein Obama was president? What was your valuation then? Okay. I think you'll figure it out. The lying media won't tell you this. Yeah, fuck you. I'm sick of this shit. Okay, fuck you. Hunter! Hey, what? No, fuck. Howard! Hunter! Howard! We're all the same. We're not the same. We're all the same. We're the same people.